Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're live once again, and we are here on a Friday night with me once again. Once you've got the Lucky Devils. Luck might be a strong word. But yes, welcome to the Virtual Racers Club as we bring you the Monza 2024 2.5 hour. So I don't know, get your coffees ready, get some biscuits on standby, do whatever you do. You've got to keep yourself comfy for the next 2.5 hours of this glorious track, the Temple of Speed. We are bringing you a great set of cars for you. So if you are new to us here at the Virtual Racers Club and are tuning for us for the first time, hello. You're stuck with the voice of unreasoned logic. So our 2.5 hour event. If you did miss the qualifying, which was last week, they had two 30-minute sessions to get a time posted in which their best times over the two sessions went towards their qualifying position. Now today we have the race gearing up for us. They're all just getting in their last minute practices in. So quite a bit to go through. So our weapons of choice for tonight is the hybrid Group 1s, or the Monza hybrid prototypes, if you want to call it that, and a select of Group 3s, which are Italian based. So for the hybrid Group 1s, we have a choice in which you probably saw Electric going around earlier. He is in the Porsche 919 hybrid, which is one of the choices. The other is what Chloe has gone for, which is the Audi R18. And they also had the Toyota TS050, but no, or is it 730? Oh, this is a great start already, isn't it? Toyota TS05 or 07. I think it's 05. It is the 050. So I was right in the first place, but I don't think anybody went for it. I could be wrong. Somebody will prove me wrong, most likely, because I'm always wrong in that case. For the Group 3s, a selection of 3, in which one of them is what you see Homesick Alien in, which is the Ferrari 458. Oh, Brewster's in the Porsche. Okay, fair enough. Never mind, because Brewster wasn't here last week. So we have the choice of the Ferrari 458, the Lamborghini Huracan, which, if my memory serves correct, Matt Psycho was using. I think Matt Psycho and Corey Clark, I believe, were in them. And the last was the Alfa Romeo 4C, in which we saw Big Dan and Bazza running around in. So, a bit of Italian mix thrown in at Monza, but let's face it, it would be a crime of humanity. Lots of people probably screaming heresy. Just a second. Here's the laptop, so we just drain the battery and sit there and whine. Yes, I think it would be a cry of heresy if we didn't have any Italian cars running around here at Monza. So, last week for the qualifying, we have the results, as they were, which I will take you through it. So far on pole, this is for the hybrid Group 1s, obviously. For the hybrid Group 1s, oh, I've got keyboard. I'm sorry, I've got keyboard access is Aloe. He got pole with his fastest time being a 1:34.0. So he was knocking on the doors of the 1:33s. Ever so close, but just couldn't find that little bit more time. In second, joining him on the front row is Pat. He's in the Porsche 919, which his fastest time was a 1:36.0. So he was 2 seconds off the pace, but you have to remember that Pat is on a controller, and I'll tell you what, there's going to be some very sore fingers for the controller users tonight. Might not be so bad, considering all you have to do is just hold down R2 for the majority of the time, because that would be the accelerator. But my word, those fingers are going to be lifting lead weights by the time they're done, because it's going to be very brutal indeed. On third, he wasn't here last week. He couldn't make qualifying due to duties outside of the track, which is boosting. Oh no, that's electric. The booster's going quicker, so there we go. We have booster. He is in the Porsche 919, because we didn't have a good look at it last week. Let's have a look in. Oh, looks like a Ferrari. It does look like a Ferrari. Is this a mistaken identity? Is that a Ferrari secretly? Does Booster know something we don't? Did he get that Porsche on the second-hand market? The engine was blown, so he threw in a Ferrari engine from the World Series. I don't know the specific model type of the Ferrari from the World Endurance Series, but that does look like a World Endurance Series Ferrari. He's just thinking, yeah, let's throw a bit of Italia on the Porsche, make it look like it's welcome at home, no? But Italian is not very good. Nevertheless, Boosted looking very, very nice, and well, as much as we can know of, it is Monza. In fourth is Bendit, who also didn't attain qualifying last week, so we hope he'll make an appearance here tonight. And he is in the Toyota, so we do have a Toyota on track. That's great, because otherwise we're just going to be seeing Audis and Porsches all the time, but it's going to be great to see the Toyota on. Then in fifth we have, there it is. It is Electric. He's also in the Porsche, and we saw it earlier. He's running. I tell you, that's a bright colour. You're definitely not going to miss him anywhere on track, without a doubt. He's gone for a ultraviolet yellow on one side and purple on the other. Definitely a standout. Not complaining at all, but my word. We'll definitely be able to tell what happens there. I think he's just fueling up at the moment. I hope if that's how slowly the fuel is going to go in. I think strategy is going to be a very, very key aspect of this. If that is how the fuel rate is, you can see on the fuel meter just above the green bar you see down there. Let's go through all this one line. Going up very slowly. This could be a big spanner in the works, without a doubt. There we go, he's finally out. Now we can have a good look at it. There we go, look at that. Atomic yellow on the outside with around the centre, and a purple on the other side. And I hope your brakes are working, Electric, because that would be a very good start if that was the case. I do apologise. Then we move on to the Group 3s, which we saw a cracking battle with this man right here, Homesick Alien. He has pole in class for the Group 3s, he's 6th on grid, all in class, and he managed to snag pole with a 1:47.1. tuned in last week, you'd have known it was a great cat and mouse game between Homesick Alien and Matt Psycho, with Homesick Alien coming out just on top in that little skirmish. Second in class, as we mentioned earlier, is Matt Psycho, which he got a 147.2. He was just over a tenth behind Homesick Alien. Goes to show just how much of a cracking scrap they had last week. And it was absolutely great seeing you know that these two are going to be absolutely slogging at each other's throats for a good majority of this race. Them being in different cars, it's going to be interesting to see how that all turns out, especially strategy-wise. Excuse me. In third, we have Bazza. Oh, and Matt Psycho's in the Lamborghini, by the way. I forgot to mention that. In third in class is Bazza. He's in the Alfa Romeo. He's not made it just yet. He's just maybe doing some final touches to the barrier inspection round. We know that that job's very important to him, so we're just making final adjustments. Working correctly. Then in fourth in class, we have Big Dan, also in the Alpha 4C. Cracking back between himself and Bazza as well, especially in the second session. That was absolutely cracking to watch. Which Big Dan posted a time of 148.3, so he's just under a tenth behind Bazza. Once again, showing how close that those two were. Fifth in class is Koikap, which he is in a Lamborghini. He posted a time of 148.5, so he wasn't all that far behind Bazza and Big Dan, so he might be able to throw a spanner in the works between those two. In sixth was Jokers in the Ferrari. Now, he couldn't make the first session, but he did get in time to post a time in the second session. He was able to score a 148.8. So, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And then at the back of the grid, who couldn't make qualifying, unfortunately, was Talleyrand, and he is in a Ferrari. Now, give me a second, because I've seen there's a few things that people are talking while I've been saying things. So, let's have a look. We have Pat. He says, I think the Ferrari hypercar in WEC is a 588. Also says, just checked, it is a 499p. So there we go. That's probably what Boosted is going with. He's going with the 499p. There you go. That's up to that on that one. And Corey says, engines sound really loud compared to you. Taking your voice on the street. Pardon what for a second. Oh. You're right there, actually. Right, bear with me a second, I will make adjustments. It's on maximum. Let's try that. Is that any better? Sounds better. I think it sounds better. It definitely sounds it. I don't know what all that was about. Well, I'll turn it down a bit more and I'll turn myself up. Alright, it's going to go weird in a second there. I do apologise. Let's turn that down and let's do that. Right, let's try that. Is that any better? That does sound like I'm coming through more than the engines. And Aloy says yes. Okay, fair enough. Right. Right, okay, so I think technical issues are out the way, unfortunately. Right, okay, well, we've still got 20 minutes, so I'll quickly go through it all again, seeing as nobody could probably hear me the first time round. Technical issues at the ready. Sorry, you're going to be hearing that a lot tonight, but I have the liquid refreshments. I have the liquid refreshments. May need more. I'll do that quickly in a second. So, so if you are only just starting to hear me now, we did have qualifying last week for this Monza 2.5 hours. So get yourself comfy for the next 2.5 hours. Get the engineers can come down a little more. Okay, I will do that. Nope, that's the wrong one. Right, we'll try that. Andrew seems Alois seems to be our sound engineer. So is this any better now, mate? Because I fiddled with the settings, so it should be a lot better now. Can we just call you our sound engineer now? Right, it seems to be perfectly fine coming through my phone. I can hear me quite clearly, so we'll wait for him to get back to us. So let's tell you what. Let's watch that Ferrari a little bit. Yes, we are doing 2.5 hours here at Monza, so as we said before, get some coffee or tea, whatever your preferable liquid refreshment is, get some bickies, and get yourself comfy for the next 2.5 hours here at Monza, which we've had a selection of hybrid Group 1s and Italian Group 3s to choose from. So it's still loud. I can't turn it down anymore, surely. I'll still turn it down. Right, I've reduced it even more now, so... Oh, God. Do you know, funnily enough, I was mucking about with the settings, because... This is my second PlayStation profile. I won't go into the specifics of it, but... I played around with the settings on my main account because I wasn't happy with the sound, and maybe it's copied itself over. I don't know. I don't know why it's so loud. I really don't. Maybe it's so loud. Hang on. Who's the screamiest? Sounds like it might be the Ferrari, so let's see how that goes. Okay, I still feel so. Oh God, oh, this is a nightmare, honestly. Let's have a look. Right, my microphone is now at maximum. I can't get it any louder. So, wait. Is that? Oh, there we go. That's my... Right, come on. Who's... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a good idea. Why don't we do it like this? This will work. Does that sound louder? This sounds louder. Well, it's at maximum, so it will have to do. Yeah, it'll have to do, unfortunately. So, right, jump out of this. Oh, right, we tried the groups. What about, Oh, he's in the Porsche, so we'll do that. That doesn't sound very loud, does it? We'll try it there. Why is everything not working? Ugh. Why? I don't know, I can't tell. I don't know, unless I turn the video down. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So, well, hang on a second. Pat, what is that? You and I anywhere else? Nope, that doesn't hurt, is it all? Oh god, they fired me, didn't they? It's because I don't race enough anymore. Oh, what is my life come to? Oh dear. Oh, no, you don't want to be pressing that, you want to be pressing that. Right, technical issues out of the way. Why don't we try this again? Oh, who's it, Alien? Good evening. Hello, good sir. What are you doing listening to me? You should be out there, getting some practice done. Right, going through it all again. For the Group 1 hybrids, Alois on pole with a 134. Oh, do not start. Now my headset's complaining that it's too far away from the bloody PS5. I'm only across the room, for crying out loud. Oh my word. Why does it have to happen now? In second is Pat in the Porsche with a 136.0. Third is Boosted, who didn't attend qualifying. In fourth is Bendit, who also didn't qualify. And in fifth is this man, Electric, who also couldn't attend qualifying. Pole for the Group 3s goes to Jose Alien. In second is Matt Psycho, who's just over a tenth behind him. He's in the Lamborghini. Bazza, I think he's here. I'm sure I can't. Yep, there he is. There's our Belgian bullet. He's finished his job. Hello, barriers all secured, good sir. Bazza, he is third in class in the Alfa Romeo with a 148.2. Fourth in class is Big Dan, who is in the pits at the moment. He is also in the Alfa Romeo. He did a 148.3. Koikart, who is fifth in class, he managed a 148.5. Jokers is in sixth, who is in the Ferrari. He did a 148.8. And Tarand is in last, who is in the Ferrari, but he could not attend qualifying. Right, oh god, I'm still off a torch on, there we go. Right. I've been given some stats from our stat man, who's apparently I've been replaced on a sponsor. I'm going to have to get onto her on that. She told me it was for life. No, she has to go to somebody else. It's because I don't race anymore. Curses. So, stats here for you. Oh god, I've pressed wrong ones. There we go. So Pat is doing his ninth endurance race, in which his best result is second in the amateur class on our previous 2.5. So maybe he could do one better today. We'll have to wait and see. Matt Psycho is his 13th endurance race. He has a 100% attendance. Imagine that. His best result is overall. He's won 4 times overall, which his previous one was at our previous 2.5 hour at Bathurst. His average finish position is 1.6. That's mad. Bonkers. Talleyrand, this will be his 8th endurance race. Hopefully he will be able to turn up. I don't think I've seen him come in yet. Oh, here's Jokers. Okay, good. So, hopefully he'll be able to turn up. It will be his 8th endurance race. His best result was first. No, it's his previous best result, should I say, is first in class. That was at the Nürburgring in the Group 4s. Koikart, this is his 7th endurance race, in which his best result so far was again at Bathurst. That was in the Pro Amateurs class. His average finish position is 6.9. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Boosted is here. Oh no, he's in the pit, so we'll leave him to it. Boosted, this is his 2nd endurance race, which his previous best result was 3rd in the Pro class. That was at Bathurst in our last. I think the Bathurst is coming up a lot of times. Average finish position is 3.04. Well, to be fair, he's only done 1 endurance race, so that's not much a surprise there. Oh, he's resetting, isn't he? So yes, we're just doing a quick reset. So whatever you see going on now, which I can, I'll just do it now. So anything happens, then we know. And of course. Oh, there's a ×2. I should have read that. I am losing the ability to read. Next we have Big Dan, which this will be his 6th VRC endurance race, in which his previous best result was 2nd in class. That was at the Nürburgring. And 3rd in class. And his last result was at Bathurst in the Pro Amateurs. I think that was 5th, actually. I don't know. Aloe. Right, I can do that now. No, that's what we want. And then all this. There we go. There's Jokers. Going out on track now. Aloe. This will be his 1st endurance race with us. So, hopefully Aloe will get off to a flying start. 2.5 hour racing, but he has got the mountain to climb of Boosted. I think I need to see any more about that, but good luck to you, Aloe. And again, once again, welcome to VRC, and I do hope you're enjoying your stay with us. Next we have Bendit, which will be his 7th VRC endurance race. His previous best result, 2nd in class, and that was at Daytona last year. I don't remember the Daytona. Well, according to Pat, this will be his 1st VRC race since the 4-wheel drive cup back in February. So, been away for quite a while. Maybe fine-tuning his racing craft. Is already great racing craft, let's not deny it. Imagine Bendit, if he got any better than he does, my word, he'd be in a class of his own. He'd be the pace setter without a doubt. Baza, this is his 7th endurance race with us. He's attended all endurance races since Suzuka 2022. His previous best result was 3rd in class, and that was at Spa 23. The Group 1 hybrids. I don't remember that one either, but don't go by my memories. Like I said, it's filled with random knowledge and minimal skills. I don't know where it goes. I mean, could I tell you a very interesting fact concerning the universe? No. Can I tell you what caliber of round a L85A2 has? Yes. It's 5.56 millimeter NATO. That's the kind of random stuff I have in my head. I also know what the atomic weight of cobalt is. It goes to show what tiny little things that consume the one terabyte of memory in my head. If you wonder what a terabyte is, it doesn't exist. Next we have Homesick Alien. It's his 13th endurance race. He also has a 100% race record, a 100% attendance, but I think we can let him off because he is the host. So I'll leave you to that one. His previous best result is an overall win, which was at the Nürburgring last year, and he's won it 5 times in the second class. So maybe wanting to add to that record. Next is Jokers, in which this will be his 12th VRC race, which he only missed out on the Nürburgring last year. His previous best result is 3rd in class. That was with the amateur class at Bathurst in our previous 2.5. There we go. Bathurst coming up a lot of times for a lot of people. Then finally we have Electric, in which this will be his 2nd endurance race with us, in which his previous best result is 5th in the Pro Amateur class. And guess what? That was also at Bathurst 2024. Goes to show how much of a difference maker Bathurst 2.5 hour was. And there we go. Right, we are very, very close to starting, I believe. Oh, we've got more. It is the Baz. Good evening, Binks. Hope your voice keeps going after 2.5 hours. I'm doomed after 20 minutes, mate. I am doomed after 20 minutes. That is wishful thinking for 2.5 hours. Very wishful thinking. How long have we got? 3 minutes. I'll tell you what. I'll go get more liquids. I'll be right back. Oh. Oh, There we go. I have more liquids. Hopefully that will keep me going for 2.5 hours. I'd say keep your fingers crossed, but with my voice box, I think we have to pray for a miracle to keep going for 2.5 hours. Oh boy. But nevertheless, that is another point as well, in which I brought it up with everybody, and hopefully we will have some post-race interviews at the end. Bet that will be good. I bet that will be good. And oh crap, I knew I was forgetting something. Do I have time? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Yeah, I'll do it afterwards. Yes. Oh, excuse me. Unfortunately, I've had orders from the doctor. He's supposed to be taking me blood pressure at certain times, because unfortunately I'm falling apart. But this is what happens when you do my kind of work for 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, possibly 6, maybe even 7, depending on the rush. Ugh. things aren't going well. More. Oh, it's Mama Sykes. Hello. Hi, Vince. Evening all. Go, guys. Foot down. Indeed. Foot down. Warp 9, gentlemen. Although, technically, I think only the Group 1 hybrids could initiate warp speed. Oh, yes, that is one thing I will have to bring up. Hopefully, yes, Pat is on the track. Now, one thing we might have to keep in mind. Now, you can see on the bottom, you can see all the things that they see. It's the hood, which tells them the brake, accelerator, tyres and all that jazz. Now, if you look to where you see, there's like a picture of a car, slowly at the bottom left. You see it? Now look right a little bit, you'll see the fuel tank. And in the middle of that fuel tank, there is a green bar. Now that is the hybrid system. Now, when it's deployed, you'll see that there is a red arrow pointing downwards. That means the hybrid is being used. When there's a green light, when there's a green arrow pointing upwards, that means they are charging. Normally it's on the brakes. There we go. On the brakes, you see the green bar go up and the battery goes up. Now, the green bar, I'm probably going to be referring it to as the battery, because it's technically what it is. It's just one big giant battery that helps them deploy the hybrid. Gives them more speed. I think actually, are the hybrids? I'm sure the hybrids are four-wheel drive. And if I remember correctly, I think all of the engine torque goes to the rear wheels, and all the hybrid torque goes to the front wheels. That makes it front-wheel drive. I think. I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've done this, and Homesick is giving us the orders for ready, and I think everybody is here except I don't see Bendit or Talleyrand. So that only makes 3 Group 1s, I think. Does that make it 3 Group 1s? Is it a rolling start? Aloe, yes, it is a rolling start. So, yes, it will be a rolling start for everybody. In which... And Dan giving it one last drifting celebration. Very nice. Very nice. Pardon? Might hear that from time to time. So, yeah, Aloe's in, because Aloe's in the Group 1s. I'm trying to do this from memory. If you hear something sizzling, that'll be my head. Aloe's in the Group 1s. Booster's in the Group 1s, and Pat's in the Group 1s. I think there was only 4. So that means everybody in the Group 1s is guaranteed a podium. Cool beans. So the battle for the podium will be in the Group 3s. I think we know which 2 are going to take the podium. What order we do not know, and here we go. I hope you've got all your refreshments ready. Let's... Oh no, Electric's in the Group 1, so podiums are not guaranteed. I do apologise, Electric. I do apologise. So we'll keep our eyes on Loey, and here we go. Refreshments at the ready. I hope you're settled. I hope everyone's been to the loo, because it's too late now. It's 2.5 hours of Monza is go, and it goes off to quite an easy start, but we are coming down to the dreaded first corner. Is the old group in line? Hopefully there's no ding dongs. It looks okay, all so fine, and it looks like we've gotten through it very squeaky cleany, lovely jubbly. That is what we like to see. And oh, I will have to get the corner names, won't I, because I am going to forget it. So as we're coming up to the second lot of chicane, so far that looks like it was Pat going in a little bit deep, but so far Aloe is managed to maintain the lead so far. Pat under a lot of pressure from Boosted. We know that this man is going to be on an absolute mission, because the more he stays behind Pat, the more he's letting Aloe get away. So it's going to be a question of how long is he going to be stuck. But it looks like Boosted has already pulled the trigger already, and it looks like he's about to move up into second. Pat going defensive on the inside as we go through Ascari. But job done. Boosted through to second already, and now he can start hunting down Aloe for the win. That was a bit of a jump, wasn't it? Pat now under pressure in third with Electric hot on his heels, but Pat once again going defensive. But let's remember, this is 2.5 hours, and strategy may be the key. In fact, we'll have a quick look. So far, Aloe's gone for soft tyres. Booster going strategic immediately on the mediums. Electric going softs already, and Pat going on the mediums. Let's have a look at the Group 3s. So far, Homesick Alien has managed to pull off a massively to Bazza, who's absolutely all over Matt Psycho, as he's now having to look on the outside. He's got Koikart and Big Down for company. But it's going to be a question of who's going to be braver on the brakes. It looks like it was Matt Psycho as we go through first corner. It looks like Matt comes off better off, but look at the Alpha launch itself out of that grid. And this is not what Matt Psycho will need. All this battling is helping Homesick Alien run away into the distance. As we see, they've got Koikart and Big Dan just waiting to pounce, and it looks like Baz has pulled the trigger, but Matt immediately pulls back onto the inside, but can't find a way round the Alfa Romeo. So it looks like Matt Psycho, when I find the buttons, there we go, where Matt Psycho will just have to hold back a little bit longer, gain a little bit of composure, and then really start to pounce on the Bazza. But let's have a look. Homesick Alien, he's starting quick. He's going on the softs. Bazza on the mediums. Matt Psycho playing the strategy game already. He's on the mediums. Koikart still going well in... I'm going to forget these numbers, so you'll have to forgive me. I think he's fourth in class. I have to remember. 5 is first, 6 is second, 7 is third, 8 is fourth. I'll just call it out as it is. So Pat, Point in 8th, also on the mediums. Big Dan is also on the mediums, and Joker's also on the mediums, and he's starting to lose the pack in front of him already. But it could all play out for him with those soft runners going into an early stop already. But so far, Aloe absolutely running away with it. He's only on their second lap, so only in the 135s. He was doing a 134, I believe. Yeah, he was on 134, so we know there's plenty more pace in the tank. We'll have to remember as well, he's 3.4 seconds ahead of Boosted. I wonder how much quickly that gap will come down. Electric has managed to get in front of Pat, but let's not forget, he is on the soft tyres. So those softs are going to wear out pretty quickly, whereas Pat on the mediums, he's playing the long game early doors, so it could all come back to him later on in this race. We have Mohawk, let's go Aloe. He's going quite well at the moment. He's lost 2 tenths to Boosted though, but you've got to remember that Boosted is our alien killer, really. He is quick, so I have no doubt in my mind that we probably will catch Aloe at some point, or Aloe could prove me wrong. He could absolutely run away with it into the distance. And how would that be in his first ever VRC race? No, if I say it, it will go wrong, so I'm not going to say it. So Boosted has got a little bit of a mountain to climb. In fact, he's actually losing Aloe. He's down to 3.7 seconds. Keep losing you. Oh no. That's not good. Oh god. Why am I having technical issues, honestly? Oh. Right. I do apologise, there's not much else I can do. I don't know what is causing it, to be fair. So, I do apologise if anything keeps going wrong. In fact, I know what I could do. Oh, hang on a second. I've just had a thought. That's why it's not working. I'm on the wrong bloody mic. Oh, for goodness sakes. No wonder it kept going off. Oh, I do apologise. I've got two microphones. I've got one in my headset and one to do this with. That's why it wasn't sounding properly, because it was on the wrong bloody mic. Oh, for goodness sakes. Talleyrand, just hand me my P60 now, honestly. Right, let's go through this again. So far, Aloe still holding that lead with just over 3.5 seconds. Boosted still has the mountain to climb. Electric is still in third. He's keeping tabs with Boosted, so all credit there. Pat, meanwhile, still struggling. He's donned at 8 seconds, sir. May have made a mistake. And yes, Scott, I understand. Yes, I am an idiot. I am not ashamed to hide it. I am a blithering idiot. No, what's the word? No, that's it. Yes, if you are new to me, hello, I am Binko, gullible idiot in training. That is living proof for you. Let's have a look at the Group 3. So far, Homesick Alien pulling off a gap, nearly 5 seconds to Bazza, who's still managing to hold off Matt Psycho. So, it's Matt Psycho. He's on the mediums, and Homesick's on the soft, so we have a tyre play. We have a tyre play already in game. I've done that wrong way around. It's a tired game in play. That's the word. Oh, for goodness sakes! What is wrong with? Do you know what? I've had a week off. You'd think I'd be nice and refreshed and all that jazz, but no, I am completely broken. There's no hope in this fall anymore. Oh no, Jokers has gone. Jokers has gone. The Ferrari has given up the ghost already. So, poor Jokers. It's just gone for him. And Big Dan is already 16 seconds, so probably had a bit of a calamity further down. And poor Big Dan, he is going to be in no man's land by the end of this, because the toe is going to be so vital to this. See, have a look. Pat's all on his own. Scott saying Ferrari. I would say it's the Ferrari strategy, but he hasn't gone into the pits yet, so I can't say it's that, really, to be fair. The Ferrari's quite reliable, although that's just completely proven us wrong, really, hasn't it? So I can't call it the strategy either. Maybe he had one of the Fiat engines. That's probably more realistic to go by. Never mind. So far, the only battle on track at the moment is between these two, between Bazza and Matt Psycho. Matt absolutely pouring on the pressure with Bazza, but you've got to wonder, is this all part of Matt Psycho's strategy? As we know, him and Homesick, they are the connoisseurs of strategy. I know that's probably the wrong analogy, but they do know their stuff when it comes to strategy. So Homesick Alien going for an early lead, but he will have to come in later on to, get some new tyres on. Whereas Matt Psycho, he's thinking of the long game. He's on the mediums. So the question is how long? I'll tell you what, there's a good idea. Let's have a look at fuel tanks. We'll come back to these guys very shortly. And look at that, Aloe has already lapped Big Dan, 7 laps into it. We've got 95 laps of this. So we've got a long way to go. We've got 88 laps to go. And so far, Aloe's used a third of a tank, but Boosted's only used a quarter. But he is slightly slower. So it looks like that Aloe's got the pace advantage, but Boosted has the fuel advantage, which I think from what we saw at practice, the refueling was very, very slow. So that could work out in Boosted's favour. We haven't got a Toyota for a comparison, so we'll have to leave it at that. Homesick Alien in the Group 3s. Now, he's just used over just over a third. Matt has now moved up into second in class. He's also used just over a third. So it looks like the Ferrari and Lamborghini are even when it comes to fuel usage. But let's not forget that Matt Psycho was behind Bazza for a considerable amount of time. Probably using less fuel as well from getting a tow from Bazza. So that could be a factor into this. So we might have to keep that one in mind. In fact, Coy might be a good example of it. In fact, he's actually on the same amount of pace. He's not that far off Bazza really, but I don't think he'll be able to get a decent amount of towing. And as we can see, Aloe's coming up to lap Koi Carp now. Gives you an indication of how quick these Group 1s are, especially the hybrids. They're already lapping them 8 laps into it, so that's how quick they are. Aloe really setting the pace now with 134.8. In fact, he is losing Boosted. He's coming up short to 5 seconds. So Aloe does have an answer for Boosted speed, but it would appear that Boosted has the tactical advantage with the fuel. Unless it's a bigger fuel tank. I'm not 100% sure. It's going to be interesting to see. But we're now at the point where everyone's now spaced out. Homesick Alien now has a over 6 second gap between himself and Matt, who has now managed to shake off Bazza. We'll see Boosted coming through. So it looks like we're now at the point where strategy is going to be the biggest factor in this. Let's have a look at Koya. Well, he's doing not so bad neither. Has used those medium tyres a little bit. He's just coming up to half a tank. I'm assuming that Matt Psycho is the same. Yep, I'd say it's just about the same. What about Homesick? He's roughly on the same as well, so this is going to be very interesting indeed, without a doubt. Now that I know everything's working, I'm a bit more calm now. God's sakes. Oh dear. So Aloe so far nearly over 4.5 seconds, so he is really using those softs as best as he can. He's just coming up to half a tank as well. In fact, I think he's probably got the where's Matt? There we go. He's just coming up to half a tank. Aloe's just over half a tank, so he's using the same amount of fuel as he would be. Now, not gonna lie, I did a little bit of testing. If you didn't tune in to us last week when we had the qualifying, I admit I did a little bit of a call out. I don't remember what it was though, to be fair. Excuse me. You'll have to get used to that as well. In which I said I would have preferred the Audi. So, Aloe, I hope you don't prove me wrong, and Boosted, I hope you don't make me look like an absolute idiot and actually win in the Porsche, because that is a considerable amount of fuel that they've used. Now, when I did the testing, I roughly managed to get about half an hour out of a full tank in the Audi. Now let's just have a look. Let's see how... Oh, I've got a good idea. Why don't we do that? Let's go inside a little bit now. He doesn't appear to be short shifting. He is in the higher gear coming out the corner. That will be helping him. He might be just short shifting, so he is on a little bit of a fuel save, maybe not as much now, so we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that one. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's what we're looking for. Let's have a look at Boosted. Let's see what is he fuel saving? He is fuel saving, so he is short shifting a little bit, so that might explain why the big fuel difference. But I think if I remember correctly, the Porsche was good on its fuel anyway, so that could be an interesting factor. Let's have a look further back. Electric, I think he's roughly on the same amount. No, he's used a little bit more, so... Oh, I call that a wrong... Right, we didn't see that. Have you recovered? There we go, he's recovered now. See, nothing to see here. So, electric's just coming up to shortly just over half, although he's now under half. So, it looks like the Porsche does save a little bit more fuel than the Audi does. Pat's just over half. I think he's roughly around about the same level as boosted, maybe just a little bit less. Let's have a look further back here. What sort of view is that? Come on, there we go. Homesick Alien. He's well under half now. He's probably got about a third left, but he's down to 3.2. So I think he might be on the fuel saving. In fact, we can now see just how far behind Matt Psycho is. So he's not out of the woods yet. Not out of the woods. Matt Psycho could pull the master strategy as a good man that once graced our BBC in the 80s. He often turned around and said, I have a cunning plan. Bonus points if you know who that is. He has a cunning plan. As you know, he's already on the mediums. He's already trying to extend that gap. In fact, to be fair, despite the tyre difference, you know what? I think they might have to come in at the same time for fuel. So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to move that in a little bit closer. Then I'm not reaching over like a Stretch Armstrong. So I think it's going to be down to who can save the most fuel. Is Homesick Alien short shifting, I wonder? Interesting stuff. Let's have a look inside the Ferrari. That sounds weird. There we go, that sounds more like it. Oh, he hasn't used those left rears a little bit, so he is short shifting a little bit, and I don't know why it's braking like that. Matt Psycho, let's have a look. Let's listen to that glorious Lamborghini sound. That still doesn't sound right. Oh, this game is broken. So we know Matt Psycho is short shifting. Homesick Alien is a little bit as well. I'm going to get out of that. Ooh, Mama Sykes, you're very close. Right series, wrong character. Although he did say it once, I think. But it wasn't often him. But you're on the right series. There you go. Bonus point for you. In fact, I'll give you half a point because you got the series right. So Matt Psycho now just over 8 seconds ahead of Bazza, who's still got Koikat for a bit of company. He's just 3.2 seconds behind, so a small mistake from Bazza could see Koikat promoted up into third, so it's not said and done just yet. But now that we have all the pieces in play, should we do early calls? Oh no, that's what I was doing. Oh no, I did say about the Audi, didn't I? So far, the Audi looks like it does have the edge. Boasted trying really hard. He's really pushing that Porsche as hard as he can to try and catch up Aloe, but unless he's fuel saving, it would appear. Oh no, he is fuel saving, isn't he? So maybe where the advantage is coming over Aloe, but he'll have to wait and see until the first round of pit stops, which isn't going to be a while for these guys yet. Well, especially not for boosted. It might be for Aloe because he's just coming up to a quarter of a tank. Matt Psycho's taking the lead. Oh my word, what's happened to Homesick? He's had a spin, hasn't he? Or is he slowing down on purpose? 149, it doesn't appear to be. So somewhere out of nowhere, Matt Psycho has managed to take the lead in the Group 3s. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. Mind you, he's been lapping consistently in
the high 48s, low 39s, whereas Homesick Alien has been dropping off slowly. Oh, maybe it's the tyres. Maybe the tyres have given up already. As we can see, the left-hand side is quite worn, especially the rear left, so that could be the tyres playing to his advantage, playing to hit Matt Psycho's advantage already. So now Matt, plenty of fuel and plenty of grip left. He can now stretch out a gap between himself and Homesick and really make the mediums work to their advantage. But depending on what Homesick goes on to, he may go back onto the softs, which we know he's going to be way quicker, because Matt's quickest time a 1:48.8. Oh, and Homesick's a 1:48.6, so we don't know. It could be anything. Scott, prediction, boosted to got lap 30. Do you mean pit lap 30 or get the lead by lap 30? I'm going to go with pit lap 30. 30, do you reckon? He's down to half a time. Oh, Boosted's gone wide. Oh no, it's all gone wrong. Yes, I thought it was pit. Yeah, that's not a problem. Pit at lap 30? It's possible. He's got just under half a tank. As we can see, he's wiggling. He's getting off the dirt. So although he's got a golden advantage now, he's really got to put the hammer down. And as we can, there we go. Homesick Alien, the first to pit. Those tyres are near enough dead. So it's going to be a question now. Homesick pulls the trigger, but what tyres does he go back onto? But although he's got to put the hammer down, but his softs are nearly worn as well. But he's been gifted some more time. With Boosted going wide, he's going to be absolutely kicking himself because of that. Who's Alien dropping down to where's Big Dan? In fact, Big Dan, oh, he has pitted. We didn't see that, so he's put on some new softs. That could be an indication. Let's not forget, at Interlagos, when he was in the Group 4, Alfa Romeo, we all writ him off. But amazingly, he pulled it off to get a podium in his class. So don't write him out just yet. And Homesick Alien is still fueling up. So what we saw was the correct fuel load. My word, strategy is going to be key on this one. So Aloe, he's losing time though, so I think it may be time for him to pit. But will it work? Because Scott in our chat says the booster is going to go to lap 30, in which he's just under halfway now and he's got less than half a tank. So it's going to be a tall order for him if he wants to go to lap 30. Very tall order, but my guess is Boosted is going to... Is he going to pit now or is he going to carry on? And there we go, Bazza's pitting in as well. No, Aloe carries on. He's going to use every little bit of grip that's left in those tyres. Where's Matt Psycho? There we go. I'll tell you what, why don't we... Oh, I don't know how to do this. Is it that one? There we go. I've got some lights on my keyboard now, and now I can see the buttons that I need to press instead of squinting and hopefully hitting the right button. As we can see, Matt Psycho's fuel now flashing, so he's probably going to come in very soon. Bazza jumped into the pits. Oh, that's a good point. What did Homer... He has stuck with the soft, so he's not out of the game just yet. He hasn't filled up all the way. That's probably maybe a smart move. Keep the car a little bit lighter, helping get some pace back into that Ferrari to hopefully catch up Matt Psycho, which he may pit this lap or the end of the next lap, but it's going to be very soon. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. We haven't seen Coy for a little bit. How's he doing? Well, his fuel is now starting to flash. In fact, he's second at the moment in class, but he has yet to pit. But it could all come a cropper once the first set of pit stops have come in. Wow, Aloe has lost a lot of time. As we can see, Boosted is nearly right behind him. He is struggling for grip. That tyre just does not want to work, so Boosted takes the lead. So, Scott, we were both wrong. He's taken the net lead of this race because Boosted was already in the lead when Aloe came into the pits. Personally, I think you left it a little bit too late, Aloe, but what do I know? I'm the sentient lump of vitamin D deficiency telling them how to do things, but I'm not the one on the track, so what do I know? Electric also coming in. Those tyres are completely worn as well. Where's Pat? He's coming round Curve de Grande now, and he is going to take over second place. I think but he is still yet to pit, so Aloe's probably still in net second with Electric in net third. Waiting to see. Matt Psycho has now pitted along with Coy. He's still got a good amount of fuel left in that tank, and he's going to be sitting there for a long, long time. And with each passing second, Homesick Alien is hunting him down. This is going to be close. It could end in tears. Who's it going to go in favour of? Homesick Alien has been absolutely flying around this lap, and he's still in his box. Homesick Alien does take the lead back in the Group 3s. Matt Psycho's still filling up, so he's going for the long game again. My guess is he may put on the softs. I'm not quite sure. Although he's still in his box. Where's Boosted? Good Lord, he's got a full lap on him. Good Lord, that is a long time to refuel. A very long time. That must be agonising sitting in those pits, watching the fuel trickle in. And good Lord, he's come out at the same time Electric, and Electric's actually beating him out. Oh my word, but Electric would have had less to pit in because Porsche seems to be good on fuel. Wow, who would have seen that one coming? So far in the Group 3s though, Homesick Alien now retaking the lead. Big Dan as well. That early pit stop has seen him brought back into play, but he is 5 seconds behind Homesick Alien. He's got 13 seconds on Matt Psycho, but as we've seen, it's a long pit stop, long and agonising. Bazza as well, down in second, third, fourth, with Koikarp now in fifth, but he has just come out of the pits. Bazza wasn't in the previous lap, so Bazza's managed to maintain to be in front of Koikarp. But so far, Aloe still holding off the lead. He's 38 seconds ahead of Pat, but as we know, Pat is still yet to pit. Not here, to be fair, so is Boosted, but all going well in the Ferrari camp. Now this is the point of where we hope and pray that the Ferrari strategy works for Boosted then, huh? So far, it's all going, well, I won't say it's all going the Ferrari way, but it looks like it's going to be a Ferrari win so far in the hybrids and in the Group 3s. In fact, there we go. They've just Boosted's just gone through with the Group 3 Ferrari in tow. Scott is saying, what is the tyre and fuel wear set to? I do not know, but I'll tell you what I can do. I will have a look for you. Let's have a... Oh, no, there it is. Right. So, the fuel is set to ×3, and the tyres are set to ×3 as well. The fuel is set to 1 litre a second. The bop is on, brake balance is on, but tuning is off, in which they have 3 choice of tyres of racing softs, mediums and hards. They can use the intermediates and the wets, but it never rains in Italy. Not in this game, anyway. So, as you can see, Pat's now catching up traffic. It's going past Coy. Oh, Coy's actually managed to get ahead of Bazza. Bazza must have made a small mistake somewhere, because Coy has somehow he could even have overtaken him on merit. Who knows? There is no telling. Big Dan into the pits once again. He's doing short pit stops. He's still got half a tank, still got a bit of tyre life left in those tyres, so maybe he just wants to get back in sync with these guys. I'm not quite sure. In fact, he's just putting on a new set of rubbers and off he goes. So Big Dan looking to set some blistering lap times, but the fuel's going to be an issue without a doubt. So far with the Group 3s, Homesick Alien still holds the lead to Matt Psycho. He's lost 20 seconds in those pits. That just goes to show how much time he was losing and how much time he's losing with the mediums. So far it's all going Homesick Alien's way, but let's not forget he has got the softs, which we've seen them wore out. 14 laps and they were completely burnt out. So Homesick Alien has the pace, but it would appear Matt Psycho has the strategy. Big Dan so far maintaining third. He's down to less than half a tank, so Big Dan going with the bizarre strategy, it has to be said. But we never know. We wrote him off last time when he was in an Alpha, and he came back and surprised us all, so it could be the same scenario again. Koikart moving up into fourth in class. Yes, fourth in class, with Bazza fifth in class. I had to think about that one then. But so far, it's all going Boosted's way, but he is still yet to pit. But I think it's safe to say, I don't think this is going to be net first. It depends on the gap. 1 minute 2. So if we all add that up, has he been lapped? No. He's lapped a Lowy. That's understandable, I believe. So he's looking at a 150. So I actually do think that Boosted does actually have the net lead of this race. But we'll have to wait and see, because, as I said, that Porsche was massive on its fuel. So whether he's been fuel saving from the very start, maybe he's had his the fuel mixture at a different ratio. I'm not 100% sure, because he didn't have the pace on Oloe, but he is managing to make that fuel last. He's now up to 22. In fact, he's going beyond half an hour, which is what I managed to push it up to. And I was a little bit quicker than that. What's Aloe doing? Because he's in the Audi. He'll be more accurate for me. So he's on the 137, which... Ooh... I do think that a Boosted does have the net lead of this race. I'm pretty sure of it. I think by the time Boosted's gone in, refueled, new tyres, I have a feeling he's going to be about maybe 4 or 5 seconds in front, I believe. It won't be much, but I still think he'll have the lead of this race. Pat will definitely lose second place, because even though Aloe is a long while behind us, we saw it was taking Boosted needed just a lap to get ahead of Aloe. Aloe, though, he's down to a quarter already. Then again, I didn't see if he fully refueled or not. I didn't quite fully catch it, but he is on the mediums now, so Aloe going for the long game. He's probably thinking, when's Boosted going to pit, and how big is that fuel tank? Electric, we haven't seen him for a while. He's came into the pits round lap 17, but he put on some mediums as well, and He's now just over quarter of a tank. So I think, well, if Electric manages to keep it in the right direction, keeps his head, I think he can get a podium out of this. It's going to be close between himself and Pat. Pat obviously having the fuel advantage, but Electric definitely has the pace advantage. That's no disrespect to Pat, but I think it'll be safe to say that Electric is faster than Pat, but in a game in a strategy like this, where it's all about strategy in the game, who knows? Oh, we can see that Pat is now coming into the pits, so there we go. So it's all in Electric hands now. So is he going to get ahead of Pat by the end of this? We will have to wait and see. Hoots It Alien still maintaining the lead in the Group 3s. It's now 17 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho, so he is slowly dropping off. But once again, he's on the medium tyres. He's going for the long game. So it's going to be interesting to see how that all turns out. Big Dan so far still maintaining that third, but he's going to have to come into the pits again very, very shortly. We saw him in the pits not that long ago, just put on some fresh boots, no refueling. He has managed to keep ahead of Coy, but it's only 13 seconds, and Koikart's got a lot more fuel to go through before he has to pit. Same with Bazza, but he's down to half a tank. So Big Dan might be a little bit out of the game here, but we will have to wait and see. Pat, meanwhile, still in the pits. Scott saying think he'll be a few laps shy of 30. Yes, it would appear so, because he's in the red now. So it looks like could be this lap or next lap, so he's going to be about 5 or 4 laps short. And there we go. I can just see that Electric has gone through, so it hasn't quite fully worked out for Pat. But oh, actually there is no advantage because Electric's in the Porsche for some reason. I thought he was in the Audi. I do apologise, but then again, Pat managed to make that fuel go quite some distance, so it may be no telling. What about Boosted? That fuel is looking really, really low. Just coming across the back of the Group 3s. That's Bazza and Koikart. We'll keep an eye on him for the time being to see whether he pits. I think he possibly might, because those mediums have seen better days. So is it going to be crunch time? He's keeping to the inside. Yes, there we go. It is crunch time now. Here we go. It is all in Aloe's hands now. He has got to do some mighty laps because he has got a whole lap to catch up. But if anybody can do it, it is Aloe. Scott's saying Aloe went 100% fuel. There we go. So he went 100% fuel. Good Lord, he's nearly burnt through half of it before Boosted even pitted. So this is key. Has Boosted been quick enough to keep Aloe behind him? Or is it all going to fall apart from him when he comes and sees the back end of Boosted coming out the pits? We've got Jim. Evening, Minx. Hope all is well. Ignore the technical difficulties from the very beginning, and yes, everything is fine. Was that like... Please, somebody, if anybody has a red dot with a very, very big loud machine, which you, if you pull the trigger, it makes a very big noise. If anybody has one of those, that would be really good right about now. But still, Boosted still in the pits. God, that's got to be agonising. That's got to be absolute agony. But it's going to be pretty close. Boosted is still on 73%. He's still got a little bit more to go. Warp speed, Lowy. You'll be wanting to squeeze every mile per hour he can get, but he's got traffic. That's not going to be helping his cause. Oh, he dies on the inside. Boosted is on 92%. He's nearly there. Boosted hasn't even crossed the line. Oh, this is going to be close. Boosted's out. He's launched it out. Where's Aloe? Oh, Boosted's done it, but he's got to catch up on the speed. Oh, this is for the lead of the race. Oh, we nearly had a Max Hamilton incident just then. But it looks like Boosted did just enough to keep the lead of this race, and that is pretty much set for it so far. So Boosted is now confirmed the leader of this race. Aloe must have sniffed that podium, and he's still going to have a go on it. And I said it too soon. Aloe sneaks up on the inside of Boosted, going through the second chicane, going through. Oh God, I'm running out. What's just going on already? Going through Degner 1 and Degner 2, and Aloe retakes the lead of this race. But is Boosted? Yes, Boosted is short shifting again. He's already looking after that fuel, but he must know that Aloe did go into the pits a lot earlier, so Boosted is not out of the game just yet. In fact, is he giving him a bump? He certainly is. He's thinking of fuel the entire way. He doesn't want the lead of this race. He's like, I'll have a lovely toe thing. Oh, he went deep a little bit there. Probably didn't expect the braking zone to come up quite soon. But as you can see, Boosted is playing the strategy game. And I'll tell you what has half a year done for this man? Because we saw it at Bathurst. He was lightning quick. Nobody could get anywhere near him. He was saying fastest laps after fastest laps, and he was absolutely running away with it. But where did it go wrong? In the strategy department. And it wasn't Ferrari's fault before anybody asks. He just didn't have the strategy. It all backfired for him, and it was Matt Psycho that took the glory at the end of it, with Homesick coming home in second. And look at it now. He is playing the strategy game, and hats off to Boosted. Clearly learned a lot from his first ever 2.5 hour, and now he is playing that game all too well, like he's the master. Speaking of masters, still so far, Homesick Alien is still leading the Group 3s. Matt Psycho maybe 15 seconds behind, but it has been 15 seconds since Matt came out of the pits, so it's dead even. And despite the fact that Matt is on medium tyres, Homesick Alien is on softs. But as we can see, he's already burnt through those softs, and he only pitted lap 16. Whereas Matt pitted 14? That can't be right. No, 15. No. So, must have been lap 14 when Homesick Alien pitted, whereas Matt pitted on lap 15. So, Homesick Alien, he did short fuel as well. Probably filled up enough fuel to get him round until the softs were completely burnt out. As we can see, the fuel is flashing already, but he was on the softs, whereas Matt was on the mediums, and he went for a lot longer, but he was in his box a lot less than Homesick was. So Matt Psycho once again could be showing us a masterclass in strategy. Koikart has moved up into third in class, so Big Dan must have gone into the pit. I'm sure. In fact, yeah, I did see him pit earlier, because I think he had zero fuel left, so he definitely timed that one just right. Unless he ran out of fuel, which he was slowly back into it. Bazza as well, he's in fourth for his class, still holding on to Koikap, so Bazza's not out of it just yet. He could be on the verge of a podium. Big Dan as well, and I think he's way off of those guys, but to be fair, it must have all gone wrong for him, as it's just not played out for him this time. But don't forget, we've still got a lot of laps left. That's Homesick Alien going into the pits, so he's maybe made the mistake from last time, didn't leave it until the last second and lost a lot of time to Matt, although that could have been Aloe and Boosted. And have a look at that. Despite being 45 minutes into this race, the leaders of the Group 1 hybrids are separated by just over a tenth. But don't let times deceive you, because there is much more in the deck than the hand appears, because as we can see, Aloe is on the medium tyres and he has got about a third of fuel left. Boosted, on the other hand, he's got way more fuel than Aloe. That Porsche, he's absolutely pushing it to as long as it can go. And so far, it's working out different. And you know what? I think I'm going to have to say that Boosted does have the lead of this race. So don't let the numbers fool you either. I say that because we know that Aloe's going to have to come into the pits way sooner than Boosted. And Aloe may have the outright pace, but as we know, Boosted is fuel saving. And that's where it's all coming into play for him. Electric as well, he's in third in class, so he's doing quite well for himself. How good would this be for him to have his first podium in a 2.5 hour? And he'll be absolutely happy with that, no doubt. Pat as well, he's 33 seconds behind Electric, and Electric's only just under 25 seconds, so there is a bit of a gap between third and fourth compared to the leading pack. But I think it was going to be safe to say that they were going to struggle to keep with those guys. I mean, they're on a completely... Oh no, Pat's decided to go mow the grass a little bit. Thought it was a little bit too long for his liking. I thought, no, we can shrink that down a little bit more. We can do better than that. Matt Psycho currently leading for the Group 3s, but as we know, he is still yet to pit, so we'll have to wait and see how that all turns out. Koikap currently second in class, but again, he's got about a quarter of a tank. He's barely used those mediums, so he's got a long way to go, but I have a feeling the fuel is going to run out way before the tyres do. Bazza in third so far. They're getting blue flags. Who's going to be catching them up? It could be the leaders. I didn't quite see. Not sure who it was. It was a darkish colour. I think it might have been Pat, maybe? It was Pat. Hey, that was a good guess, wasn't it? That was a very good guess. And Homesick Alien now. He's just shy of a minute behind Bazza, but as we know, these pit stops are very, very long, and my word, that has to be absolute agony, as we've said before. But we'll stick with these guys for the time being. It looks like as I said, Audi. He isn't an Audi, but it's a Aloe. So far, Aloe's managed to pull out a second from Boosted. Now, he's lost a little bit of time there. I was going to say, if he's able to break the toe on Boosted, it might make him use that little bit more fuel. But Boosted is just coming back into it as we speak. This is the difference between the Boosted from Bathurst to the Boosted of now. Boosted will be absolutely flooring it, getting fastest lap out of fastest lap, burning the fuel, burning the tyres. So, tell you what, I'll call them V1 and V2. Boosted V1 is Bathurst, and Boosted V2 is going to be Monza. So look at Boosted now, Boosted 2.0. He's learnt the strategy game, and he is pulling it off to its finest. And I think it's going to be safe to say, unless Aloe can really pull a rabbit out of the hat as well as the London Bridge, the crown jewels and a cup of tea. I think he has got the mountain to climb, but he's definitely given Boosted a run for his money. And I did say that I did think that the Audi would win it, but it just looks like the Porsche is just that much better on fuel, and he's making it work for him, and Boosted is making the most out of it. Oh, I can see further down, Baz has now gone into the pits. That's seen him drop down to 4th. I think he's going to be safe from Big Dan, but so far it looks like we could have a bit of a scrap on our hands between Matt Psycho. His fuel is now starting to flash, but he has been out a lot longer than Homesick Alien. As we see, he went in lap 25, and Matt Psycho went in the lap after Homesick's first pit. So I'm starting to wonder, maybe... Oh, we didn't check. Homesick Alien has gone onto the softs again. He looks like he may have short fueled as well, unless he's really burnt through a lot of fuel. I think he may have short fueled, actually, to be fair, because there was the first time he pitted, he had a little bit more fuel before the tyres gave up the ghost. I tell you what, I don't know what tyres I would use. The mediums help the car go all the distance on a full tank, but again, that's a full tank. That's a long time to be stationary. Whereas Homesick Alien is pitting that little bit more often, but he's short fueling, going for the softs, so he's getting quite some speed out of it. So what would be the better strategy? I tell you what, this is absolutely belting that these two are on completely different strategies. He's going to see whether it really was the tortoise or the hare. Would that be a fair analogy to Matt Psycho, though, calling him a turtle? Because he really isn't. He's giving it... I don't know if he is short shifting, actually. No, he is a little bit, but not by much. But I can't call him the turtle because he's bloody quick. And the same with Homesick Alien. So it's the wrong analogy to use, but you get the idea what I mean. It's like the strategy tortoise and the hare, not pace tortoise and the hare. But now we're going to see which one comes out best. Now, we know that Homesick Alien was roughly about 15 seconds ahead before Matt went in. No, before Homesick went into the pits. Coy Kart's followed him in as well. So Matt did manage to save a little bit more fuel than Coy. It's going to be a question of if Coy can maintain that third place ahead of Bazza. Fuel now starting to go in, and where is Homesick Alien? He's just going through a Scari. So he's still got Curve de Grande left, and Matt Psycho still has another 55% of fuel to go in. So the question is, what's going to be the gap now? Homesick Alien is going to take the lead of the Group 3s, but what's the gap going to be? Is going to be the question. In fact, Jim's probably got some insight for us. Let's have a look. Do you know, I can't say... Homesick Alien is doing a Matt Psycho strategy. Matt used to go for fast on track and short in the pits. Matt playing the patient game? He could be. He could be. Matt's still in the pits as well. In fact, he's just been released. He's on 89%, so he has short fueled a little bit. He's probably seen Homesick Alien run away into the distance. He's still got to get to full speed and warm the tyres up. And it's dropping like a stone. He's at 23, 20... Is it going to be 24? There it is, it's 24, so he has lost 10 seconds to Homesick Alien. Do you know what? If I didn't have to do this and I had a bit of pen and paper, I could probably be able to work it out. I might be able to work it out. But unfortunately, I've got this job to do, and sadly, my brain only has one working capacity, which, if I tried to do all the workings out and do this, I think everything would start to smell like copper, and yeah, I don't fancy that tonight. But so far, back to the leaders, we can see Aloe has managed to pull off a little bit more of a lead, but as we can see, that fuel tank is nearly dry, so he's bound to be coming in at the end of this lap. In fact, he might have to turn the wick down because he could be running on vapours. Whoa, this is going to be close for Aloe if he can get back to the pits or not. And that will release Boosted back into the lead. And as you can see, they have left Electric and Pat behind. Electric now 40 seconds behind these two. But we knew it was going to be an uphill battle for him. But all credit to him for sticking with him as long as they could. Oh, there's got to be feels like, I wonder if he's... Yeah, he'll easily get in. That's not a problem. But... oh my word, 1% left. Oh my word. So Boosted retakes the lead of this race. Electric will definitely go through as well. Ooh, I think Pat might get through. Possibly. We will have to wait and see as the fuel starts going in. Got more insight from Jim. What have you got for us? It's going to be very tight in the end between Matt and Homesick. I completely agree with that one. I can't work out how much fuel Homesick will have to do in this last stop, but Homesick will pit one extra stop to Matt. Yes, I completely agree with that. But what I was saying is, if I was to work it out, we know who's going to be next to come in between these two. It's going to be Homesick Alien. Pitted lap 26. When did he? Oh, come on, think now. Homesick pitted lap 14, and Matt pitted lap 15, and then 29. Whereas Homesick did 4. No, he couldn't have done 14 and 25. 14 and 24, so 14. Wow. So he only did 10 laps in his last stint. Whereas Matt did 15. We'll call it 15. Bear in mind they've got about, I mean, how many laps are they behind the leaders now? Let's have a look. Matt Psycho. Why am I doing it? They're probably listening to me. Shut up. I'm not giving it away. What kind of... I can't believe I nearly gave it away from them. Because I know they listen to me, because they do. It's like, I want a strategy, because I want to know what everybody else is doing. I'll tell you what, you're not having it from me. I didn't need it, so you two don't need it, and you two are faster than me, so you don't need an edge on one another. You won't have that game from me. You may have got it from our Lord and Saviour. He might have been able to work it out, and he would have told you, but I won't. Why? Because I'm that much of a git. And proud of it. Suffer, fools. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I don't normally let him out of the cage. It's only people that deserve the backhand. Oh, Jim's got more insight. I tell you what, if you want insight, you want it from the gym. It'll depend on how short Homesick last stop will be. I can't work out the refuel rate and how much seconds he will be stationary. I could tell you, but it's like I said, I know they listen. But I do know that the fuel rate is 1 litre a second, but you'd have to figure out how big the fuel tank is in litres wise, which I don't think the game tells you anyway. And then Even my maths would struggle to work that one out. So, yeah, let's not do that. Let's just say, given a chance to work it out, because I've thrown it out the window now, I'll be able to tell you, oh, that's what I was going to do. Oh, 37. Okay. So we're 1 hour into this race. 5 laps. So 7. Oh, that's an interesting one. I know how many laps they'll do. I know how many laps they're going to do. For the Group 3s, anyway. Where's Lowy gone? Wow, he's dropped back a bit. But then again, there's refuel rate is low, isn't it? So... Oh, I don't know what I was going to do. Let's have a think. So... I'm not going to say it out loud. Because like I said, I know these two will be listening to me, so I'm going to do it in my head. I know how many laps they're going to do. But... Ooh, fuck that one. So after just about an hour, no, short of an hour, we did 29 laps. So the hell's homesick? There we go. Pressing wrong buttons. I know how many times Matt will need to pit. I think I know how many times homesick Haley will. And guess which one's got the smallest number? I'm not going to let you know about that one. Who's going to win it? Based on my maths? I think I've got a good idea. And I'll let you in a little secret. It will be... Nah, I'm keeping it in suspense. Do you really think I'd give it away? Like I said, I'm a git. Anyway, enough of a maths lesson. Wow, Boost is nearly a second ahead of Electric, but how far back is Aloe? He's just under 2 minutes behind, but as we know, it's a slow fuel rate, so Aloe has got a lot of work to do. He's just over... Now the fuel is reversed, but Homesick Alien... Homesick... Do you know I'm used to Homesick being in front? I'm just thinking of that. Boosted, there we go. Where the hell is Bazza? There he is. There's Bazza, my friend. Yeah, see, Jim's worked it out too. He knows. But as you're saying, in fact, wow, Bazza's dropped off a little bit. When's Dan have to pit? I mean... not that long ago. Oh, yeah, Big Dan will have to come in soon, so Basil will be back into... Mind you, he's lost a bit of time to Koi Carp, so he's only 6 seconds, though. It still could all go in either one's favour for third. We know who's going to get first and second, so third is what we'll be keeping an eye on. Don't get me wrong, we're still going to keep an eye on Homesick and Matt in this definite interesting game of 4D chess. But it's just going to question of which way around is it going to be and who's going to take third. I do wonder. We know who's going to get first and second in the Group 1s. I've got a pretty good idea in which order it's going to be, but once again, it's going to be who gets third. Because, good Lord, I'm pressing wrong buttons, although they are quite even on the playing field. So, it could be anybody's game. What's that? Oh, I missed something. What did I miss? Yeah, Jan. Oh, I do apologise. I'm going to butcher that, so I'll just say, Jan, there's your mate Bazza. Don't worry, he's not doing too badly. It's just you've caught him at a bad time at the moment because his main competitors have already been into the pits. He's come in not that just a little bit long ago. So, but they're all due in soon. So that's no problem. Jim's worked it out like I have, because I'm that much of a git. Sigrid, come on, Bazza, go, brother, go. Hey, Bazza's brother, hello there. I do not know any Belgium, so I will just say hello. There we go. Big Dan's now in the pits, so Bazza's now back up into 8th. He's already been lapped by Boosted many times. Electric's still going well in 2nd, but so far he's only 20 seconds ahead of Pat, in which, wow, Electric's really used up those mediums. He's used a lot of fuel. Pat's used those mediums a little bit, but he's still got just under a quarter of a tank as well, so it's still going all well. It could go in any one of these guys' favours, really. 4th, 3rd. Going wide, Pat, that's probably not going to do you any favours whatsoever. Oh, it's Sigrid again. Sigrid, hello, it's his sister and brother-in-law, Jan. Ah, I see. Hello, the brother and sister. Wow, the whole family's turned out to watch Bazza. Shame he's not doing too well at the moment, but give it time. He could still snag a podium because Kooikarp's only 3.5 seconds up the road. So he's not out of the game just yet. So it's not all as dark as it seems. Mama Sykes bugging me. Blackadder, there you go, you've got it. It's Blackadder. That's the one with the cunning strategy. But who's got the cunning strategy out of Homesick and Matt Psycho, I wonder? Quote Blackadder to me all day and I will be as happy as a pig in... Can't swear, I'll get told off. Let's have a look then. So Boosted so far, still going well in the lead. Electric still going well, but that second, don't let it fool you. He's still got to come into the pits. He'll come in very soon because that fuel will be flashing. The tyres will be screaming in pain. Same with Pat. He may say in 3rd, but it's not guaranteed at the moment because he's going to be shortly coming into the pits. I'll see him drop back to 4th, but Electric is only 19 seconds up the road. So he is also knocking on the door of a podium. He's not out of it yet. Aloe in 4th. Once again, don't let that fool you, because he did come in quite recently and we know he's going to be flying by Electric and Pat. So he's going to be in 2nd, but the question is, when Boosted pits, is he going to be in front or behind the Boosted? Matt Psycho currently leading the Group 3s, but it's in his favour at the moment. He's just over, well, he's about a 1/3 of a tank left. Those mediums have still got a long way to go. Homesick Alien coming into the pits yet again? Isn't that a bit early? That is a little bit early. Because Matt's still got a fair way to go, but it's Jim, are you with me? Is it all going exactly as you thought? Although admittingly, where is he? Admittingly, that's a little bit early, but is it still going the way you think? Because it is for me. So Koikamp now moves up into second, but once again he's going to be, well, mind you, he's still got quite a way to go as well. He's still got a third of a tank and still plenty of meat left on those mediums. Bazza as well, just on, well, he's exactly on a quarter of a tank. He's still got plenty of meat on those mediums. And he's only behind Koikamp by just 3 seconds. So it's all still to play for. 4 thirds in both categories. Looking up to be a very, very lively finish. And Big Dan, we've not seen Big Dan for a while, have we, poor lad? It's just not really worked out for him. Not quite sure what happened. It was in the early stages of this race. Something just went so wrong for him. He's really in no man's land. And unfortunately, he's way behind Homesick Alien. So, poor Big Dan. Probably too busy drifting, that was his problem. I bet you that is the case. Scott says electric has no battery. Don't let the battery fool you, although to be fair, electric is using the battery quite a considerable amount. Now, some people will probably say that I am an experienced racer. I don't like to say that as much because I'm not on track as often as most of these guys. The trick being never. So I'm too busy doing other things. And it is quite difficult. But having said that, it's not an easy thing because even a quick man like Boosted, as you can see, he's still got half a battery left. Now, that's one thing I did notice between the Porsche and the Audi. As you can see, the Audi has got way more battery to use. But that is just the way the Audi works. It deploys it slowly, but regenerates it quickly. As you'll see in a second, as soon as it puts on the brakes, you can see it goes flying up. But if I remember correctly, with the Audi, it starts deploying roughly over 150 miles an hour. Now, I don't know about the Audi, the Porsche, should I say, but I do know with the Porsche, once it goes over a certain miles per hour, I think it might be 150, it actually starts generating a little bit more, but it doesn't generate as much on the braking. But it does deploy it faster. That's the advantage I found. The Porsche was a lot quicker out of the corners, but on a big long straight, the Audi holds advantage because it deploys it a little bit slower, but has it for a little bit longer. And the Audi has a higher gear ratio. That's why Aloy has the top end, but doesn't have the acceleration. That's the difference in it. Oh, Baz has gone. No, not Baz. There we go. That's the Baz. Oh dear. Windy Pop's coming through. I do apologise. So Baz is coming. In fact, he's coming a little bit early. He's still got a little bit of fuel left. So he might be wanting to undercut Koi here. It's not entirely off the cards, although Koi does have about a quarter of a tank to go. So he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank. There's electric coming in as well. As you can see, that battery, that fuel, should I say, is long gone. Our insider Jim, still going the way I thought. Yep, there you go. But I'll have to find out tomorrow. I've got a 24-hour race around Silverstone in iRacing, so I'm off to bed. Good luck in your 24 hours at Silverstone. On iRacing. What category is it, mate? I'm rather curious. Sorry, I know you're supposed to be going to bed, but what category is it? Or what specific car is it? Can't do iRacing. One, I ain't got a PC, and two, that's for the pros. I don't deserve to be in the pros. That's why gyms are gone on iRacing and not on GT7. Wow, Electric's still in the pit. Although he's moved up into second, as we suspected, my word, he's still 2 minutes behind Boosted, but Boosted will be coming in. in a couple of laps, I suspect. Matt Psycho, he's still got a fair way to go. Hosek, well, he pitted very recently, so at the moment, I'd have to say it's advantage Matt. I think. I don't know. I don't know. Do not listen to this stupid old fool. I do not know. Good Lord, there. Oh, this is the gym. Multi-class with hypercar, LMP2 and GT3s. Wearing an LMP2 car. 4 in the team. Nah. Do you know, I've never, obviously, because I can't do anything else, I've never done an LMP2. If I had the choice, I'd be in, the GT3s. But that's only preference. Well, Jim, good luck for you tomorrow, mate. I'll keep the fingers crossed. Hopefully you'll get a good result out of it. So sleep well, my friend. So there we go. I think has Boosted just lapped electric? I think he has. And also Scott saying good luck, Jim. Definitely. Definitely. So it looks like Boosted will be coming into the pits in a lap or two. What about Matt? It's the same situation for him. He's going to be coming in. He's barely used those mediums. They've still got, good Lord, quite a number of laps left. I think Koikart will be following suit with him as well. Homesick Alien, as we know, he pitted not that long ago. He's coming up to just over half a tank. Oh, we haven't forgotten about Bazza, don't worry. Oh, he's pitted recently as well. Has he just come out? No, he come out. Well, about a lap or two ago, I'd say. Yeah, a lap or two. So Bazza is down in last, but don't forget he's not out of it because he was behind Big Dan. Well, he's still ahead. In fact, he wasn't that far behind Coy. It was only a couple of seconds, and as we know, Coy is going to be pitting very soon, along with Matt. I think this is when he will be pitting, to be fair. So it's all down to this man. He has got to find pretty much a lap, really, because he's 42 seconds behind Coy, and Coy is 36 seconds, so he's got to find at least a lap's worth to retake the lead of the Group 3s. I'm so glad I got that extra liquid. Woof. Ice cold as well. Marvellous. There we go. Matt Psycho is into the pit, and good Lord, we're at 1 hour and 20 minutes. So we're over halfway. I think we know what the podium's going to be, minus the third places. Let's have a look at the third place. Let's see how Electric is doing. So far he is still 15 seconds ahead of Pat, who they both have pitted recently. That's on the same lap, near enough. So far it looks to be going in Electric's favour, but don't count these guys out, because anything could happen with them. So far as well, Matt Psycho is still fueling up. That sounds like it was a homesick going around Curve de Grande, so it looks like Homesick Alien is going to take the lead, but he's down to half a tank of fuel. Whereas Matt, how much is he going to finish up with? So Homesick Alien goes through. It's now down to Matt on how much fuel he takes in. Is he going to have a change of strategy? Is he going to change his tyres maybe? We'll have to wait and see. Good Lord, I'll have to ask him how agonisingly painful it is to just sit there and let the fuel trickle in. I could do an analogy, but I'll get told off for it. Let's just say it involves a bodily action of getting rid of waste. And I could probably do it faster. Coy's still filling up as well. Big Dan's still doing well in 8th, but he's got a lot. Oh, actually, no. Where's Bazza? Because it was Bazza who was only a few seconds behind him. And this is for 3rd place, but he's down to a quarter of a tank. Oh, is he going to be released at the same time? Oh, Coy's come out of his box. Bazza's still on the main straight. There's Coy, but he's still got to get up to speed. And boom, there we go. Boosted Bazza, because I've just seen Boosted go into the pits. Oh, maybe not. I could have sworn I've just seen somebody go into the pits. What's all that about? Oh. But there we go, Bazza has moved up into net 3rd. What did I say? Don't count him out, anything could happen. But it's not said and done yet, because Bazza's down to a quarter of a tank, and as we know, Coy is not that much short of full. He's also got the mediums on. What has Bazza gone? He's gone with the mediums as well. So tyres, not an active factor in this, but it's going to be down to who's got the raw pace out of it. I would do maths for these two, but I'm not. But Homesick Alien, as we've seen, he retook the lead for the Group 3s. He's now up to 32-second lead over Matt Psycho. But look at the fuel deficit. He's still got, well, as we've seen, Matt's just pitted. He's got a long way to go. Homesick Alien pitted a while ago. In fact, lap 37. We're on now, well, he's on lap 43. We're not actually on 43, but as we can see, he's got less than half a tank. Homesick Alien is doing short, quick fire blasts on the sauce, short on fuel, just going it like an absolute bat out of hell. And so far it's working for him, but is it going to be enough for Matt Psycho to overcome? Because he's playing the long strategy game, whereas Homesick Alien's going for the short-fired one. And it could be either one of them going through. Oh, you know, Boosted did pit, didn't he? He has recently pitted, so there we go. And that is the difference between them. Although he's just 2 seconds behind him, so far... Are we going to say that's now the net first? I'd probably say it would. Because Aloe's got to pit again. Very shortly as well, because... is halfway and a quarter, so whereas Boosted is completely full, so I would say that is for the lead guaranteed of this race. So Boosted must have obviously listened to me saying that I think the Audi is going to have the advantage and took that personally and said, right, let me show you what the Porsche can do. And this is why you always make the wrong car decisions, and to be fair, I do. I'm not going to lie. I did say in qualifying, if I had the choice, I'd have the Audi. So, yeah, I'm not going to... Ooh, careful, Aloe. But all credit to him. I mean, what can you say about Boosted? The man is just literally on fire. He's just that quick. I honestly think he's a super alien. So, no discredit to Aloe. Definitely proving that he's got the pace to really keep it with the quickest of the quick. But I think Boosted is just on a completely different level. But I can't wait to see a lot more of Aloe in the future. It's going to be great to see. Electric as well, still holding off well in 3rd. It's got a 21-second gap between himself and Pat. So far Electric solidifying that 3rd place. He'd be absolutely, well, to be fair, both of them will be absolutely loving a podium here. It would be their, I think it'll be their first podiums as well. I mean, I know we had the Pro-Ams and the amateur class at the Bathurst, but top of my head right now, I couldn't work out I can't remember if they got podiums in those classes or not. I really do not. Meanwhile, in the Group 3s, Homesick Alien, so far currently leading in the Ferrari, nearly 32 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho. But as we've seen, there is different strategies at play, and it's going to be down to which strategy was the right call. I know which call I would be doing, but I'm not giving it away. These guys will know why. I bet they're cursing me under their breath. Big Dan still holding. Wow, actually he's moved up into third, and he's not that much out of sync of him. Oh god, that's the wrong button. There we go. He's not that much out of sync of him, really, considering he's been doing some short fire pit stops himself. He's over a quarter of a tank left. Bazza's on hard, Coy's on 3/4. Wow, I tell you what, how about that one? Oh, that soothes my OCD. Look at that, just over a quarter, just over half, and then 3/4. Oh, that pleases me to no end. No dirty jokes insert here. Behave yourselves. Stop it. Oh, we're just coming up to an hour and a half now. 1 hour to go. Don't mind me, I'm just checking something. Wow. Ooh. Do you know? Where's... Oh. Do you know? I think my maths might be slightly wrong. The strategy's still on the right call, I'm not going to deny that, but the lap deficit is smaller than I thought it would be. Well, still could all go. It could go either way. So although he goes back into the pits, wow, either that Audi is super thirsty or that Porsche is just on a diet. Because Aloe is going to be dropping like a brick. Now the question is, Electric's still got a lap to go, so he's got a long way to go. So far, Aloe is probably going to be safe for second. God, can you imagine just sat there? I'll have to ask them about that. Oh, let's have a look. So, yep, Electric's still in third, but do you know? Could second be on the cards for Electric if Aloe's got to keep doing short fire stops? I think no, Aloe's not going to get out, so Electric is going to take second in this race, not unless he has another lap to do. Surely. Still saying 1 minute 24. Surely. Or is just Aloe that quick that they've actually managed to put a lap on Electric? I guess we're going to find out. Electric crosses the line. Yeah. No. Oh, yeah. I was right. Lies. The game lies. So is Pat going to go through? He's coming up to Curve de Grande. So is he going to take third from Aloe? And he's still got well over half a tank. And Aloe's still in his pit box. There we go. Pat gets third as well. But he has got a big mountain to climb if he's going to keep that podium. I think it's going to be a very tall order, considering Aloe is very quick. So, tantalising. Is the Audi just too thirsty to keep up with the Porsches? Homesick Alien as well. Now he's going to be coming into the pits, possibly in a 2 or 3 laps time. The gap is still 31 seconds, so even though there is a tyre difference between himself and Matt Psycho, there's probably not that much in times either. Look, yeah, constantly in the 149s. Homesick Alien, low 49s. No, high. No, there's a variant of 49s and 50s, probably from traffic. So despite the tyre difference, there's barely any time between them. So it will be down to the strategy, which I've already put my name down on it, and I am not going to say a thing. Scott says Audi is too thirsty. Yes, it is indeed too thirsty. No, I can't say that because they're both German, because Audi and Porsche are German. I was going to say it might be just a German thing that being too thirsty, but they both are. But so I can't really use that. So I don't know. I really don't know. Actually, do you know what I've only just actually realised? Because there's no Toyota, we literally have 2 German manufacturers and 3 Italian manufacturers on track. If anybody chose the Toyota, so if Bendit did turn up with the Toyota, he'd be the completely odd one out because he's the only Japanese manufacturer on. Oh dear. Big Dan's still going well in second. Just 27 seconds behind Matt Psycho. Mind you, to be fair, he has been well out of it for the majority of this race. Although, well, mind you, having said that, Bazza is lapping faster. There's no tyre difference between them. So I think it would be safe to say that when Big Dan goes in, Bazza will be taking that third, but you can't afford to lapse in concentration because Koikap is very, very close behind him, just coming up to 6 seconds. So third place could either go either way between Bazza and Koi. So it's going to be interesting to see how all that turns out. Homesick Alien back into the pits again. Same scenario here. Matt Psycho wants 30 seconds down the road, so we know he's going to be retaking the lead for the Group 3s, which he's now down to half a tank, which we have an hour left. Now, Scott, I've got to go, Vince. It's been a pleasure. My thank you, sir. Thank you for watching and keeping it, well, giving us your little insights to it all. It's been absolutely interesting. Hope you've enjoyed it. Are you actually in VRC, Scott? Because I don't recognise your name. Don't take that as an insult. I just got the memory of concrete, so if not, get yourself signed up. We're only a small club. Unfortunately, you have to listen to me every time there's racing, but if you can tolerate that, you'll do fine. Get yourself signed up, get yourself a number. I tell you what, we could have a discussion about how you could probably run circles around us. Sigrid, keep pushing Bazza. Yes, he's doing quite well. He's only 8 seconds behind Big Dan, so I think it's going to be safe to say that third is very close in his grasp. He just needs to keep it pointing in the right direction and not lapse for a single second, because Koi is still close behind him. Not racing, just watching Boosted. Okay, fair enough, my friend. Fair enough, not a problem. I can completely understand. But there you go. There goes your mate Boosted. And I think it's safe to say that the victory is very, very close for him now, providing there are no technical malfunctions, either car or anything. Technically it is a Porsche, so I can see it going well, but it's disguised as a Ferrari. The disguise could ruin everything for him. We'll have to see, but yes, thank you for watching, and hope you stay safe and well, my friend. Back for the Group 3s. Matt Psycho now leading. He's 30 seconds ahead of Big Dan, who's only 9 seconds Enjoy your night, pal, and hopefully he keeps up the pace. I do not see him dropping any pace whatsoever. I really don't. Yep, Bazza's still pushing hard. Mind you, he's going to be coming into the pits very soon. And Koikart will not be following because he's still got quite a bit of fuel to go. And as I say it, Bazza is pulling in now. The question is Bazza going to pull off the master strategy and somehow get the third away from Koi? It would appear that Koi is probably his biggest threat for third at the moment. I think Big Dan, he might still have a chance, you know. He's the unknown factor because he's been well out of it. He's been doing short fire stops on the softs, quick refueling, and it has brought him back up. So he could be an unknown factor. So I don't know. I really don't. It could be anybody's game, to be fair. Does this one actually work? Because my wrist is going numb. I can't explain. Never mind. Oh dear. Boosted, meanwhile, still holding that lead. It's a commanding lead, without a doubt. Electric still holding well. He's only 30 seconds behind Boosted, considering... Oh, mind you, actually, no. He's 30 seconds ahead of Aloe. He's a lap behind Boosted. Ignore my stupidity. It's Aloe that's 30 seconds behind Electric. He's only just gotten ahead of Pat. So Aloe's really had to play the catch-up game. But it still could go. Oh, Pat, don't take it out too wide. All the marbles are out there. Koi now moving up to second as Big Dan has pitted. Now, this is the one that we were keeping an eye on. Where is Bazza? He's still got a full lap to go before he can get himself ahead of Big Dan. Now, this is going to be crucial for Bazza. We'll keep an eye on him for the time being. Keep an eye on our Belgian bullet friend. He's doing actually considerably quite well. He's been quite consistent. So all praise to Bazza. He's been quite consistent so far. But has he managed to pull off the strategy game, I wonder? Dan's still filling up, and he's nearly halfway. Oops, that's not the right button. That's the right button. And I think Bazza's still got a good chunk of Monza still to go. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Big Dan just might have pulled it off, but Bazza is closing in little by little. Dan's still refilling. I think Bazza is definitely going to take it unless Big Dan decides to short fuel it and take off, which it doesn't look like he is. He's going all the way on. Bazza going round Curve de Grande. There we go. Big Dan's decided to pull the trigger, and Bazza has... Oh, it's not worked out for him. And Big Dan has gone for the mediums as well, so he's going for the long game. Oh, poor Bazza. His heart must be sinking. He must be seeing the third slip away from him. And what did we say? What did we say? Big Dan could still throw a spanner into the works, and it's worked out for him. And has managed to pull it off against Bazza. Oh, he must be absolutely sinking. In fact, has he got one of his indicators on? He has. He's probably just indicating to Aloe which way he wants him to go. Yes, he was. All is fine. Oh. It's the sister. Thank you for your kind words for my brother. He's doing really good. I'm impressed. Do you know what? I'll tell you what, I'll be honest. Most of these guys here, he's been doing it for years. Boosted, I couldn't tell you. Electric, no idea. Aloe, he's new, so I don't know. Pat, I don't know either. Matt, I do know. He has been racing for years. I think Coy has as well. Homesick Alien has as well. And I can't speak for the rest of them, whereas I can speak for Matt and Homesick because I know them a little bit better. For a guy that's only taken up racing for a few years, he's quick. And I mean that. And considering his background as well, considering he picked this up to keep him occupied in his retirement years, he's not bad. I won't lie, he's not bad. I've seen people on this game for years, and he is quicker than them. And he can give even the fast guys a run for their money at times. If the scenario goes in his favour, he can be quick. Really can. It's very rare, don't get me wrong. It's very rare when the odds are completely in his favour. But when he does, my word, he can be quick. And look, all that of me chatting about, he's caught up Big Dan. So he's not giving up the fight just yet. What's happened to Big Dan? Maybe the tyres weren't worn. We'll have a look. Look at that, see? What can you say? He is a fighter. He's seen that gap that Big Dan managed to catch up. We said that he was going to be an outside factor. He was going to be a spanner in the works. But amazingly, Bazza has managed to pull it off. So he's still in the fight. But there's just two factors he now needs to overcome. Keeping it pointing in the right direction, and Coy. He's the next factor that he needs to overtake. That third can be his, but he just needs to take over. He needs to outpace the Coy. So now it's just the patient game of waiting to see if it all comes to fruition. That third is not guaranteed for anybody. And I can't wait to see the result. So far, though, we haven't seen these guys for a while, have we? Boosted long into the distance by now. I think this is pretty much guaranteed to be his win. Electric still going well. In second, I think he'll be the next to pit. Not unless Aloe wants to defy that. No, he's still got over. Mind you, it's only a quarter of a tank difference, and Aloe didn't pit all that long ago. Just coming up to nearly 10 laps ago, whereas Electric pitted all that long ago, pitted a while ago. So far, I can't even see it now. So is Aloe guaranteed the second? Is the Audi too thirsty to guarantee him the second? He's still 18 seconds, so he is catching Electric. But is the thirsty Audi holding him down, I wonder? Pat as well in fourth. Like I said, let's have a look at the gap. It's 7 and 7, so he's 24 seconds behind Electric. So we can't say it's Electric either, because we don't know what will happen. Will the Porsche give up the ghost, I wonder? Or he could lose it. We don't know. We know there's no telling what's going to happen. The third in both classes is not anybody's at the moment. It could be completely anybody's. At this rate, it could be me. I'm probably going to get the third out of it because we just don't know. That is the biggest unknown factor, and I'll tell you what, it is. Oh, it's exciting to see what's going to happen. Let's check on the Group 3s. Matt Psycho still leading for the Group 3s, although he's going to be coming into the pits very soon. And he's just over 50 seconds ahead. No, just under 50 seconds ahead of Koikap, who's 19 seconds ahead of Homesick. He's the biggest threat to Matt Psycho, but the question is this strategy working out for him, or is Matt just pulling off the better strategy, I wonder? We will have to wait and see. I've already called my card for it. Jim's saying the exact same thing, although Jim's now gone Betty bye-byes as he's got a long race ahead of him, in which we say good luck to him. But, well, to be fair, the lead for the Group 3s could be anybody's. Well, we know it's down to Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien, but with the different strategies, I can't say it. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to ruin it. Bazza still going well in 8th. So far, that 3rd is a little bit out. Matt Psycho has pulled into the pits, but he is slowly pulling away from Big Dan. Now, with this being at Monza, we know that the toe is strong. The toe is strong in this one. But if Bazza can break the toe, which is... Big Dan is now out of toe range. I think Bazza's going to be pulling away from him. I think Bazza has the fresher tyres. No, Big Dan's got the slightly fresher tyres. In fact, yeah, Big Dan has got the fresher tyres, so it's all down to whether Big Dan can use that grip to help him catch up the gap to Bazza. But this is what we've... Well, it's the lead for the Group 3s. Koikart has now gone in. It's now down to Homesick Alien. It looks like he is going to take the lead of the Group 3s. But how big is the gap? So far, every time it's been in this scenario, it's always been an increase of 10 seconds. So does that mean that the gap is going to be 40 seconds by the time Matt Psycho comes out of the pits? Koikap as well. Bazza's his biggest threat, and Koi is just starting to fill up now. Mind you, I said he's only round the second bus stop coming up to Degner 1 and Degner 2, so he's still got a huge chunk of racetrack still to go before he can overtake Koi. And is Koi going to short fuel? Matt's still fueling up, as is Koi. That gap is going to be ever increasing. There we go, 90%, and he is out. We predicted it would be 40 seconds, but it isn't. It's still 33 seconds. Nope. Is it going to be 35? It looks like it's going to be 35, so Matt Psycho has managed to keep the gap round the 35. I think it was like 32 at some point when he managed to... when he pulled into the pit, so Matt Psycho has found a little bit more time to catch up to Matt, but we'll have to cut to this because that's Bazza going round. I've got that Curve de Grande, that's what I'm looking for, and Koi is still pitting. He's still fueling, should I say. He is pitting, it's just fueling. So there we go, Bazza does take the 3rd. Now the question is, where's Koi? He's short fueled as well, 90%, so he's going the exact same length as Matt Psycho. So Bazza now has the 3rd place, but it's not solid because he's got Big Dan right behind him, and Big Dan got a bit of exit coming out of the first corner. But is he bumping him? I think Matt might be bumping him, because I think they know the threat that's looming behind them. So does that mean that Bazza and Big Dan are working together? To be fair, with all due respect to Koi, it might not be a bad idea, because Koi won't have a toe, whereas Big Dan and Bazza work together, they'll be able to pull away from Koi. And then come near the end, they can duke it out. But with half a tank in Bazza, and probably Big Dan as well, when I press the right button, there we go, he's just got over half, so Bazza is the one at the disadvantage at the moment with only half a tank. So it's going to be down to who makes the final call. Let me have a look. Well, boasted out as the quickest lap. Do you know what? I didn't even realise. I didn't even acknowledge the fastest lap. I know it was a lowie. He had the quickest time for a considerable amount of time. Good Lord. That this far in, and Boost has just got the fastest lap. My apologies, Lowy. I did acknowledge it. For some reason, I just didn't speak it out. But I think this is the only battle we have on track for now, because everybody's also spaced out. Checked on that. Homesick Alien is still 35 seconds, so they are maintaining that gap. But as we said, it's third, where it's the biggest unknown. What about for the Group 1s? As we can see, Electric is... Oh, that's Pat going into the pits, so... Yep, he's definitely low on fuel. And Aloe is catching Electric. Electric has got a little bit more fuel, so he can go on for a little bit further. But the question is the undercut working? He can go on for a little bit longer. He's still got a bit of meat left on those tyres. But Electric is the one to play for. He's the one that's chasing down the third. It's not off the cards at the moment, but he's got to keep his head straight, as well as Bazza, because he's on third as well. But it's not said and done, because there's literally 5 seconds between third place for the Group 3s. We're just going up to the 2-hour mark. We've got 40 minutes left. Now we know that Bazza, if I'm working this out right, Bazza's definitely got to pit again. Big Dan's definitely got to pit again. Coy, I'm not 100% sure. I suspect he will. I suspect he needs to pit again. Do you know, I think Homesick will have to pit twice. That's how short and fast he's been doing these pit stops. I think he'll have to pit at least twice. Matt Psycho, I think he just needs one more stop, which will see him to the end. But the question is, who pulls that trigger and whether it's going to be long enough. There's absolutely no telling. Boosted's definitely going to have to pit again, but I have a sneaky suspicion that that will be his final stop. Electric will have to pit again as well, which I think that might have to be his final. I think this might be his final stop as well. I'm not entirely sure. Electric has his wipers on. Not sure why. Is it raining? Or is he getting rid of all the bug splatter on the windshield? That wouldn't surprise me. I think Aloe might have to pit again as well, so I think Aloe and Boosted are near enough on the same amount of fuel. That's how much fuel Boosted and the Porsche has managed to save, a whole pit stop's worth. Electric will have to pit again, but it won't be that far behind Aloe. So we know Aloe is a lot quicker than Electric on track. Is it going to be enough to hunt down 4 seconds though? Because since his last stop, he did overtake Pat, but he's still chasing Electric. So is second going to be on the cards for Electric? Wow, who saw that one coming? I certainly didn't. Has Electric pulled the bunny out of the hat and stolen second? To be fair though, the Audi does appear to be the Achilles heel for Aloe. It was all going so well, but it just appears that the Audi's just far too thirsty. And it's because I said I thought it would be the best car, and Weiss decided, nope, I don't think so. Watch and learn, noob. Pat as well in fourth. I think he may have to stop again, although he did recently just stop. So maybe he may not need to stop again. At the rate that Porsche goes through fuel, it wouldn't surprise me, but he's got the softs on. I don't think they'll last another 40 minutes. At best, he'll be looking 20 minutes. So he may need to stop again. Homesick Alien, well, I'm thinking he's definitely going to need at least 2, surely. Definitely 1, without a doubt. But will he need a second? I think he will. Or is he going to stick on mediums and go for the really long run? Because that's the one thing that I think he's been, because he's been putting on the softs, he's only been fueling for the amount of laps until the softs are completely dead. So he may go for one long run. But 40 minutes, that's a stretch. That's going to be a stretch, and Matt Psycho's only 30 seconds down the road. I don't think even Matt's managed to do 40 minutes on one tank. No, I'm sure he didn't. So maybe Matt needs to make a second stop. Well, he needs to make one more without a doubt. And so will Homesick. So it would appear, I think, Matt Psycho's got it. Not unless he goes for, I tell you, well, to be fair, it's 34 minutes. Is that off the cards? Electric and Aloe all coming into the pits. It looks like Aloe did manage to get ahead of Electric because, not by much though, because Aloe started refueling way before Electric did. But it's the Group 3s we're going to have to keep an eye on. Bazza, meanwhile, he's still maintaining that lead over Big Dan, and Koikap has not managed to put a dent into that lead, or maybe he's just not pushing as hard because he knows the guys ahead of him have at least got to pit again. It's Homesick Alien I'm thinking of. If he short fuels, he's got softs on. He's got softs on. So Homesick Alien will definitely have to pit again because that will not last till the end of the race. So we can use that as a good benchmark. So it's over 3/4. So it looks like Matt will definitely have to pit one more time as well as Homesick Alien. Bazza as well, he's definitely going to have to pit. But will it be 2? Or can he make that fuel last half an hour? He'll have to make the fuel at least last half an hour if he wants to secure that 3rd place. Big Dan's still got a 1/4 of a tank to go through. Koikap is down to half. And as we know, he needs about over 3/4, as that's what Homesick Alien's got. So I think, yeah, I don't know. I still can't call it. Wow, Aloe's moved up into 2nd. What's happened to Electric? Well, we know he fueled up, but Pat's miles ahead. And he can't be that far behind. Wow, I'm losing track of everybody. So somehow Aloe has managed to get ahead of Electric in the pits. But is he going to be able to? I don't think he'll have to stop again. He'll have to stop again because Aloe didn't make the fuel last half an hour, in which we're coming up to that now. Boosted is now into the pits. This will definitely be his last stop. But Aloe, I think he'll have to stop again. Surely. Not unless he goes into some serious fuel saving, which I managed to do. But that was on a full tank. And he's not on a full tank. And he's not fuel saving either. Not like how I was. So, surely he's got to pit again. Oh, I've only just noticed Bazza has gone into the pit as well as Big Dan. Well, Big Dan is going to get out ahead of him because he's got more fuel. But now we have to play the tyre game. Is anybody going to go softs and mediums? It's going to be a big call. But Big Dan is going to get out unless Bazza decides to short fuel. But he's going to need as much as he can to get him to last half an hour, which they're going to be fueling up all the way. So Big Dan is going to get out ahead of Bazza. You can see Big Dan's going all the way, full tank, and off he goes. I guess he's going to go on the mediums. Yes, he has. Bazza's short fueled and gone on for the softs. That is a brave move. That's a brave move. The question is, can he save that fuel for can he save the sauce for half an hour? That is going to be a big question. If it had gone for the mediums, it would be an even bigger one, but can Bazza make the sauce last another half an hour? Otherwise, he's going to have to pit again. It'll throw the third place away. I think you're on the wrong tyres, Bazza. Should have gone for mediums. Oh dear. You watch, he's going to throw us all a curveball and pull it out of nowhere. You watch. Matt Psycho as well. Speaking of the Psycho, it's the Mama Sykes. She's saying, come on, Matt. He's not that far now. Just another 28 minutes to go. To show he means business, he's just pulled off his fastest lap of the session so far. So is Aloe. He's just taken the fastest lap, 1:34.6. I'll acknowledge it this time, which is only 0.6 ahead behind his qualifying time, which he was low on fuel. So that's not bad going at all. And Boosted, meanwhile, I'm pretty sure that he's done. It's a straight sprint to the end for him now. Plenty of fuel. Mediums will last. And I think Aloe's definitely going to have to pit again. So I think he may have thrown it out the wind. Well, I think it may be a slightly wrong call. But I could be wrong. We never know. We'll have to wait and see. Pat, meanwhile, in third. What's happened to Electric? Is it just because he pitted? I think it's just because he pitted. Looks that way, because Pat hasn't. And he's 10 seconds ahead of Electric. They're both in the same car, so they don't have to worry about one disadvantage over the other. That Psycho down to a quarter of a tank. He's definitely going to be coming in the next few laps. My guess is that will definitely be his last stop. As we said, Coyne's second as well. He's roughly around the same. He's definitely going to have to pit again, because the fuel definitely won't last another half an hour. Homesick Alien as well. Is he going to have to pit again? Because he pitted on lap 61 and the softs are nearly burnt out. He'll have to pit again, because the softs definitely won't last. It's the same with Bazza. He's gone ahead of Big Dan, and with 26 minutes left, I don't think the softs are going to last. I'm not sure the fuel will either. Big Dan, I think he's set for the end of the race. Pretty sure he won't have to pit again. If he can make those tyres and fuel last half an hour, he'll have pulled a blinder, considering he was miles behind the pack of everybody. Oh no, he's gone wide in the first bus stop. Oh no, poor Big Dan. Just as I was singing his praises, considering he was miles behind anybody. at the start of the race because of, my guess it was a spin or some form of calamity, I'm not quite sure, but has amazingly managed to pull himself back into this race and a potential podium. But Bazza, I think he's just thrown the wrong strategy on. I think he may have blown it. Coy's the next big threat because he's still got a pit. And it will be his last stop. So I think Coy might have done it. I think he's had a bit of luck going his way, if I'm perfectly honest. No disrespect to Coy, he's a talented racer, but I think Bazza's blown it. I think he's just handed it to Coy. Because the softs are not going to last another 24 minutes. Considering he's only had them on for 2 laps. Or is it 3 now? No, he's only had them on for 3 laps. And they're starting to show a decent amount of wear. He's just done his fastest lap overall. 1:48.8. But the pace is going to mean nothing because he's going to have to pit again. It'll definitely be a short stop without a doubt. But it's time he's going to be losing. So I think Coy's done it. Pulling off the right game. Is Coy short shifted as well? I'm sure I've seen him short shift. Yeah, he is. He is short shifting, so he is looking after the fuel. So after this stop will be his last. Boosted is set to go all the way. You would definitely know that fuel's going to last long enough. And the tyres. Aloe, I think he will have to stop again because his softs are nearly worn out. Pat's definitely going to... his next stop is definitely going to be his last. Electric as well. Although, mind you, he is... I think he might have enough to go to the end. Maybe. If not, it's definitely going to be a very, very short pit stop without a doubt. But to be fair, I think Pat, when I get the right buttons, I think Pat will definitely have to take on, well, mind you, to be fair, he won't need to take on that much fuel. So third is still on the cards for Pat if Electric needs to pit again for fuel. But if Pat makes the fuel last long enough, he could put on softs and put in some really quick times and could be a big threat to Electric's third place. We'll definitely have to watch that one. Matt Psycho as well, we know he's got one more pit stop needing. The question is he managed to pull off the strategy that has overthrown the Homesick Alien charge? It's been a quick charge, without a doubt. But it looks like the strategy game has gone into Matt Psycho's favour. Koikap as well, the third, is definitely on. Not guaranteed, but it is definitely on. We'll have to wait and see how that one all turns out. Homesick Alien as well, he's another factor. He's definitely going to take the lead back from Homesick Alien when he's going to take the lead back from Matt Psycho. Do you know, I can never get that right. You'd think after all this time of me doing this, you'd think I'd be able to get people's names right when I'm looking at them, considering I can see their name directly in front of me. Do you know what? I've only just realised I've left one of the settings on. Because I've had that on the whole time, because I normally have it like that. I've had that on for 2 hours and I've only just noticed it. Never mind. Too late now. Mama Sykes. Foot down, Matthew. You heard it. You heard it, Matt. That's not Matt. That's the Matt. You heard it, Matt. Warp speed. But it looks like it's definitely on, but it's going to be down to Homesick Alien. Which I think it's definitely going in Matt's favour. The odds are in Matt's favour. But we can't count it out just yet because we don't know what will happen. Bazza as well. He's got a long way to go. We've got yellow flags. Who's gone off? We'll have to wait and see. Don't tell me it's coming up, but I can't see who's gone off. We'll have a look. Matt's gone into the pits. It might have been Pat. I think it was Pat. It was Pat because Pat was ahead of Electric. Because Pat still has to refuel. So it was Pat that's gone. But here we go. Here's the crucial moment. It's down to Matt. But is he going to need a full tank though? Because we've still got 20 minutes to go. Where's Homesick Alien? He's coming up to Ascari, so he's not got all that far to go. But it's just a question of how much fuel does Matt Psycho need? Will he need a full tank? He's definitely going to be our deciding factor, because whatever fuel he puts in, that's going to see him to the end. And then we can base it on Homesick's fuel. But it's the tyres. That's the biggest factor. He's well over halfway now. Homesick Alien does not have half a tank. So Homesick Alien will have to pit again. Good lord, that is a lot of fuel for 28 minutes. Yeah, I suppose. Well, no, 18 minutes. For 18 minutes of fuel, good lord, he's not going to take a full tank, is he? Bazza's still got a good shot. He's only going round Degner 2. Coy's still filling up. We know it's a long fuel stop. Is he fulfilling it? So he's definitely going for mediums. So we know the softs will not last 17 minutes. Here it comes out. As we said, it was mediums and a full tank. So this is Matt's to go all the way to the end. I guess his Coy will be doing the exact same thing. Bazza is the biggest threat to him now. But as we've said, yeah, so Bazza will definitely have to pit again. Wow, he's completely lost Big Dan. Oh, Big Dan has pitted again. He's gone for full tank and medium, so we know that Bazza is definitely going to have to pit again. Coy, the meanwhile, he's basically been mirroring Homesick's strategy. So it's all in Bazza's hands now. As we've been saying all night, I have a feeling that Bazza's going to have to engage the warp drive if he wants to keep that third place, because it's not looking good for him. It's 20 seconds. Coy is long out now, but he's still got to warm up those tyres. So Bazza has a little bit of time. He has 20 seconds to play with. That's not a lot of time. So he's really going to have to put the foot down now. It's all up to him. So Lord and Saviour thingy. Come on, Homesick. Snell. You heard the man. You heard him, Snell. Thingy again. Come on, Boosted. Vamos. Isn't he Welsh? What's move it in Welsh? Hopefully Boosted will be able to answer that for me. But Boosted, vamos! You've been told by the Lord and Saviour. let's face it, Thingy, I think first is secured. Anything but first for Boosted at this point would be a calamity. And yeah, I can't see it happening. I can't see it not happening. It would be disastrous, but yes, as we've seen, Jose Alien has got the work on now. Bazza's going in. He must have known. He's called it. He's coming in early, but he's got 20 seconds to play with. Where is... Oh, Coy's just going round Curve de Grande now. And he's only just got the tyres in. He's still got to put the fuel in. It's going to be a long fuel. And he's going to need just over full tanks. So Bazza's got all the work to do. Where's Big Dan in all this? He's going through a Scari now. So he was shot. No, he was actually, to be fair, he was miles behind Bazza, and it's still saying he's 59 seconds. So I think Dan is going to take the 8th place away from Bazza. But the question is, with only 15 minutes, is he going to need a full tank? Is he going for softs? That's what my guess would be. He won't need that much fuel for 15 minutes. I guess it depends on how thirsty the Alfa Romeo is. But he's still going. Jose Alien, there we go. Yeah, as we said before, it's now 46 seconds. We said every time he pit, it's an increase of 10 seconds, but he's managed to pull it out. Bazza's now coming out. It's mediums and the full tank, so Bazza's got a lot of work to do. Coy, meanwhile, having that third, 39 and 20. He's nearly a minute ahead of Bazza. I think it's going to be too much. So Bazza's seeing the third place slip away. Coy pulling off the master strategy. He's managed to hold it off, and it looks like third is going home to the fish tank. I'm pretty sure he's going to be pleased with that, but we won't say it because it hasn't happened yet. I've already said it, haven't I? So it's probably not going to... Oh, God, don't let the curse come in now. Meanwhile, back up front, Boosted so far. I think the race win is definitely going to go home to Boosted without a doubt. Aloe has really fought hard for it. He's got the fastest lap again, so he's definitely going for it, but he's going to have to pit again. But it's going to be a short fire one, and he is going to be rapid like anything as soon as he finishes that pit stop. Electric as well, he's going all the way to the end, so he's fine. Oh, Pat spun it, mind you, that tyre's completely dead. Where on earth is he? Oh, he's at Curve de Grande, so he must have lost it at some point. Oh, excuse me. So I think Pat's seeing the third place fall away from him now. But in the Group 3s is where the real tension is. Because, as we know, Jose Alien, we can see in his fuel tank, he's going to have to pit very, very soon. And he's got 40 seconds to play with. Matt Psycho fueled all the way to the end. Fresh mediums, we know he's going all the way. With 10 minutes left. Who'd thought it would come down to this? We knew it was going to be a dogfight between Homesick Alien and Matt Psycho, but we had no idea it was going to come to this. Oh, I think we're in the quiet period, so if you're out of beverages, go get them now. Get it now, quickly. Koi Cap as well. It looks like the third is on card. I tell you what, I didn't think he would do it, I'm not going to lie, but Coy has proven me wrong, and it looks like he's going to get the third. Oh, that would go great with his pro-amateur win at Bathurst, and here we go. Oh, here we go. Hot brew incoming. You might want to make it thick. You might want to make it quick, Thingy, because here it comes. This is the deciding factor, so be quick. In goes the fuel. Matt's only just coming out of a Scari. How much fuel is Homesick going to need? We'll keep an eye on these two for the time being. he goes round Curve de Grande. The fuel's still going in. Well, he looks like he's going to need at least a quarter of a tank. No, 3/4 of a tank. For 10 minutes? Is it really that much? Good Lord. And with every second the fuel's going in, the gap is increasing ever more so. Jose Alien's seeing the lead run away from him. Although he's now into the pits, as we said it would be his final stop. So I think everybody is now set to go all the way to the end. Still fueling up. Oh, good Lord, there's no way he could come back from this, could he? 44 seconds? Is Jose Alien going to make up 46 seconds in 10 minutes? Well, to be fair, if anybody can do it, it's Jose Alien. But at the moment, it's safe to say that Matt Psycho has got this. It's all down to him now. And Jose Alien is going to have to go like an absolute bat out of hell. With 10 laps to go. For boosted across the line, he's now taken the fastest lap. 1:34.4. Although he's still in the pits, and Electric's moved up into second. Whereabouts is he? He's in the second bus stop. He's out. So, my guess is softs and 3/4. Yep, there we go. So, although he's got 36 seconds to make up, 37 seconds. It's not a tall mountain, not as tall as Jose Alien's, but he's still got to put it on. Jose Alien's going to have to go, well, we've got 10 laps left. He's going to have to find more than a second. That's got to be well out of Homesick's range. Even a man as talented as Homesick, surely that's got to be out of his capabilities. So all Matt Psycho needs to do now is make sure the fuel lasts and the tyres. But surely that's going to be enough. What about Coy? Coy's going to go all the way to the end. Where's Big Dan? He's 41 seconds behind, as is Bazza. He's even further back, but oh, it looks so close, but it looks like it's just not gone his way. And I'll tell you what, kudos to Big Dan. We said before not to count him out, despite the fact at the start of the race he fell well away from the entire pack. He was, I would say he's in no man's land. He wasn't even in the same universe. But amazingly, he has managed to claw it back and has got himself up to 4th in class. That is an effort and a half, I am not going to lie. Coy as well. Well, we did say it was going to be a tooth and nail, but it looks like Coy has just taken it personally and gone, no, there was never any competition from the start. Watch and learn, and here we go. He's going to take home another podium finish to add up to his win from Bathurst. Homesick Alien, oh, it's got to hurt. It has to hurt for him, but it just looks like the strategy just didn't work for him, which is unusual for Homesick. He's normally on the ball regarding strategy, but it just looks like raw pace just was not enough to get him the win, whereas Matt Psycho, we said it was the tortoise and the hare, and it looks like the story rings true. Meanwhile, in the Group 1 hybrids, 87, it looks like we might actually be going well into more than 2.5 hours, because we've still got another 7 laps. No, it's 8 laps. Oh God, I can't do maths anymore. That's unusual. Barely drinks fuel, does it? Wouldn't be surprised if the damn thing was a diesel. fourth. Lost the race. What do you mean? Oh. Still going. I don't know what happened there. Not quite sure what happened there. It managed to keep me connected, so I don't know. God, my battery's nearly dead as well. Oh, the phone will have to do. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but it managed to keep me going, so I don't know. Not sure what happened. Oh, this race has just been a disaster, hasn't it? First the wrong bloody microphone, then the technical difficulties with the sound, me having the wrong settings, and now the stream appears to be failing. Wow, it is really... I tell you what, hang on a second. Right, I've turned me off watching, so I may not see all of the comments. I'm trying to juice as much juice through the router, although it should be able to handle this. I pay enough for it. But as I was saying before, do you know what? I don't know if I can call this, because there's another 6 laps to go. So has everybody got enough fuel? The question is, has Matt got enough fuel? And Hosick does have a little bit more fuel, and they've still got another 6 laps to go, and from the rate they've been fueling up, I don't know. Yeah, I really don't. Yeah, Thingy, I really don't know what happened there, mate. It just seemed to have just decided to have a bit of a day off, have a bit of a moment. Sounds like me, only my moments happen every 10 seconds. But then again, this is what happens when my brain has random moments. Oh, and Lowe's got the fastest lap again. Well spotted. 1:34.2. So Aloe is on maximum pace, because I think he must feel that his second is in threat, which he is, to be fair. Good Lord, Boosted is the only one on the lead lap. You want a demonstration of how quick this guy is? He's the only one on the lead lap. Christ. Maybe I spoke too soon then, because there's only 5 laps left, and everybody appears to have enough fuel. So yeah, I think this is how it's going to go down, although we may have to keep an eye in the top class, because with 5 laps to go, Aloe's going like a bat out of hell. He needs 18 seconds to catch up Aloe, to catch up Electric. So I don't think second is guaranteed for Electric at the moment. So it looks like we could get a very close finish at the end. Down to Aloe and Electric. My word. This could go any way. Aloe is still going purple, so he is going warp speed with that Audi, getting as much out of it, but he's still got to find 17 seconds. With 4 laps to go, Electric has got a lot of work to do. Oh, it looks so close between Aloe and Boosie, but I think the Audi's let him down. That's because I chose it, didn't I? I chose it, so he decided to prove me wrong. Thanks, Audi. Git. Yeah, Jose Alien has dropped away from Matt Psycho. He's pushing way too hard. And it just wasn't. Oh, I thought it would have been quick enough, but it looks like the hair just wasn't enough for the tortoise. A living, breathing lesson of the tortoise versus the hare. Coy as well with a third. That's going to be good for him. Oh, Big Dan's moved up into 8th. Oh, yeah, because Bazza, yeah. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Who's the yellow flag for? Who's the yellow flag for? Oh, it's a Lowy. I'm sure it was a Lowy. He's definitely dropped some time to Electric because he wasn't that far behind. Oh, no, poor Lowy. It's all gone wrong for him. Oh, excuse me, with 3 laps to go as well, it looks like Electric is going to take second. And they said third for a second then. Is that Pat unlapping himself? That was Pat unlapping him. So Pat has pulled out a lap, which you can do. You're more than welcome to do it as long as you can do it safely. So, why not? I wonder if it's because of there's a major tyre difference between the two. That probably explains why Pat was able to catch up Electric so quickly, but it looks like the biggest surprise has come from Electric. My. That Psycho, though, it's all in his hands now. He's the one with the cards. He's the deck. And I think it's going to go the way back to Matt to add another 2.5 hour to his 2.5 trophy cabinet. What an addition to that cabinet. Oh, Boosted's pitting. Mind you, to be fair, he's the only one on the lead lap. So, because Electric has still got, he's well lap behind, so my guess is it's just a finish. I know what you're doing. You're putting softs on, aren't you? A little bit of fuel, putting some softs on. Yeah, I see what you're doing there. I know what you're doing. Cheeky. I'm not going to say it until I know he gets it. So he's going to do it on the next lap, which will be lap 94. And as we said, we are going over the 2.5 hours by some margin, actually, to be fair. I think everybody's got enough fuel. Looks that way. Typical boosted. Does he do this all the time? Don't tell me he does this all the time. No. Oh, I hope he does not. Oh. I think I know what's going to happen. And when it happens, I'm going to say it. I will say it. Many wounds might be open from it, but it does not matter. And yet, we're going to watch it, because why not? Yeah, we'll come back to it. Wow, Electric, wow. That time's dropped. Has Electric made a mistake? I don't know. He's going through that at one... I think he might have done. I think Electric might have made a small mistake because the gap was 17 seconds. It's now down to 8. So it's not guaranteed just yet. Oh my word. 33s? 33s? I wouldn't be surprised if this was in the 32s. Wait for it. 2.5. Oh, somebody's decided to join in. Little late there, sir, I'm afraid, but never mind. Can't join anyway, can you? Go on, go purple again. Definitely going to be in the 33s, without a doubt. That's what I put down as my as the pole time would be in the 33s. 9/10. Wait for it. Do you know what? I always promised I would never do this on stream at all. But in this case, I'm willing to break an exception. Da, 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 da. Max Verstappen. Da, 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 da. Show off. Oh, as soon as he pulled in, I saw that one coming. Oh dear. Oh wow, electric's down to 5 seconds. It's not guaranteed second yet. He just needs to keep it pointing in the right direction. Although he can see second in his grasp, it's not out of his reach just yet, but he has got to pile the pressure on electric to force him into a mistake. This is going to be their last lap. In fact, it's going to be the majority of people of last laps. It's got a long way to go just yet. Electric's got to hope and pray and point it, keep it pointing in the right direction. This is will be a massive result for Electric. He just needs to keep it pointing in the right direction. Although he needs to pile on as much pressure as he can because he's running out of time. But, well, there you go. After 2.5 hours, we wondered which way it was going to go. Oh, that's not going to go down well, but it doesn't matter because he's been dominant ever since taking the lead. The wiggle from left to right as Boosted takes the win. Well done. That's Big Dan crossing the line as well. Where is Bazza? It looks like he's going to be the next to cross the line. What could have been saw it filter away, but a valiant effort from Bazza. He takes 5th in class. Home 6 coming through next. Where? That's good. Oh, it looks like that Home 6 Alien is going to be the next to cross the line. His heart must be in his heart. In his... No, I can't do that stuff. It's got to hurt for Home 6. All the speed that he applied just wasn't enough. Oh, in fact, actually, Pat's going to cross the line next. He comes home 4th. What could have been for Home 6 Alien, he comes home 2nd in class. Who's next? I can't keep track of it all. Oh, it's Electric. He does manage to hold on for 2nd. Aloe, you cannot fault him. To be fair, I think I fault the car because it was just too thirsty as he takes 3rd for the Group 1s. But it's Matt Psycho that steals away the claws of victory from Home 6 Alien. We weren't sure which way around it was going to go. Oh, I forgot. I do apologise. Koi Cap comes home in 3rd. A fantastic result for Koi. But it's Matt Psycho that steals the claws of victory away from Home 6 Alien. We weren't sure which way it was going to go, but it just goes to show that it doesn't matter what you can throw at Matt, he's got an answer. He takes the win for the Group 3s. Wowzers. There we go. Boosted takes your win. So let's have a look at the result. So, after 95 hours, 95 laps of Monza, Boosted takes the overall victory for the Group 1s. He also takes the fastest lap with a 1:33.5. An absolutely dominant display of sheer pace. Electric coming home in second. He's going to be over the absolute moon with that one. We didn't see it coming. We thought the third was on the cards. But once again, I've been shown that they've taken it personally and has managed to come home in second. Well done, Electric. Aloe, his heart must be absolutely sinking. What we thought was going to be a very close fought first turned into second and then dropped into third. The Audi just far too thirsty to really make a dent in the leaders, but it is still a third nonetheless. A great podium for him and a great first podium for Aloe's first 2.5 hour endurance race. So I think he can pat himself on the back for that one. And speaking of pats, what we thought it could have been a third as well just wasn't in his favour. He jumped down to fourth, but it's still an impressive rate. I mean, imagine doing 95 hours on a controller. He's done incredibly well. He finishes fourth in class. Matt Psycho takes the win for the Group 3 class, and it was a battle 4D chess style. We weren't sure if it was going to be either himself or Homesick Alien, but it appears that the strategy worked in his favour. Homesick Alien taking second in class. The sheer pace of the Ferrari just was not able to keep up with the strategy of the Lamborghini and Matt Psycho, but it is still a great second place for him. He can still hold his head up high for that one. Coy, we weren't sure which way the third, who was going to steal that one at the end of it, but Coy, with the cunning strategy, has managed to pull it away from the Alphas. He takes away a great third place and a well-earned third place as well. Big Dan, what could have been for Big Dan? To be fair, though, I will give him a massive congrats, mate. It may not be a podium, but considering the comeback you had to come home in 8th after the disastrous start you had, that has got to be noteworthy, and I take my hat off to you, good sir. Bazza coming home in 9th. I just don't think the strategy worked out for him. It looks like the third was going to be in his favour as well, but it just didn't work out for him, and it sadly saw him drop to the back of the pack. But again, 95 laps in Monza. He was going to be battered after that one, but he fought hard, he fought bravely, and I think he also deserves a cracking pat on the back. Well done, Bazza. And sadly for Jokers, he finishes in 10th. The Ferrari giving up the ghost at its home race. My feeling is that nerves got into the cylinder block of that engine and just went kablooey. But unfortunately, he is our only DNF for this race, unfortunately, but still, never mind, Jokers. Hopefully we'll get to see you in the next one. And there we go. A 2.5 hour done. I hope you enjoyed it. And we've got more for you. If anybody wants to jump in. Is anybody in the race still watching? Well, anybody in the race listening? Anybody want to come on down? I shall ask. We shall certainly see. Matt Psycho, of course, he's always going to be the first. He always wants to be the first. Right, where are we? And Matt, there it is. So, hopefully it will work this time. Last time it didn't work very well, did it? But we will have a try. We will certainly have a try. So, has it worked? Has it worked? Matt, I have sent you one. I'll try again. Ah, there we go. It is working. Wonderful.
Hello.
Is it working? Please tell me, is it working?
I can hear you.
I don't want a repeat of last time.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I think I can hear you on the stream, and I'll tell you what, if not, never mind, I'll just have to record it or some jazzle. So, in fact, I'll do that now, just to be on the safe side. I don't know if I can do it while I'm streaming, actually. Oh, no, Coy says he can hear us both, so we'll just take it from there. So, Matt Psycho, 95 hours of Monza. How's the feet?
The left foot is hurting a bit.
The left? I'm expecting the right.
No, it's the heavy braking.
Oh, get off it. Right, the first thing I'm going to ask, because it's the first thing I noticed in practice, and I thought, oh, God, the refueling.
Yes.
Right, how many newspapers and cups of tea did you have during those fuel stops?
Well, actually, most of it was frantically on the calculator trying to work out how many laps were left.
That's why I didn't say anything, because I know most of you listened to it, and I thought, no, because you're not supposed to know unless you're listening to me, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, no, it's hard work to try and predict. Obviously, if you're in the Group 1s, it's obviously easy. Group 3s, it's really difficult.
Yeah. Without a doubt. But nevertheless, let's get on to the important stuff. The strategy works. We didn't think it would work. We thought it was going to be a very close battle between yourself and Homesick, but it appears that the tortoise beats the hare.
Yeah, I wasn't really that confident until he stopped actually for the final time.
Well, myself and Jim we're trying to work out how many fuel stops we'd all need. Now, come right to the end, we actually knew that Homesick would be one stop more than you. But right near the end, I didn't realise that it was going to be 2.5 hours. And I thought, hang on, I'm counting the hours, not the laps. So I'm wondering if you've still had enough fuel left. And it's like, oh, no, is this the spanner in the works we were waiting for? No. I'm overhyping the end of it for the less dramatic ending that we were expecting.
Well, that was why the calculator was out virtually every stop. Because it was like, well, Boosted was on, there's loads of us on chat. And Boosted's on chat. So, yeah, we could cheat, and he was telling us how many laps were left. So, but when he said, oh, well, I've still got like 9, 10, 11 laps to go, it's like, okay, I've got 11 laps left, and he's got 11 laps to go. Is he going to lap me again? And you're starting to do all that in your head. It's like, well, I've just put... So every stop, it was pretty much fuel. So yeah, he was kind of have to make it up on the fly because it's like, well, we're not doing 2 hours 30. So is it 2:35? Is it going to be 2:37? So yeah, that was quite entertaining all the way through the race.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens if Lewis Hamilton and Carol Vorderman had a secret love child.
Yeah, no, it does make it because when the Homesick came out, I was like, well, for his penultimate stop, it's like, is he going to get to the end on that? And if he doesn't, is he going to be a splash and dash and therefore be quite a short stop? So yeah, it was only when he took on, was it 80-something %? It's like, okay, I should be fine.
Yeah,
but no,
that's what...
It was tricky the whole time.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I don't think I could imagine doing 95 laps at Monza. I get bored after about 10. But
no, I like it, so it's one of my favourites.
I quite like Monza, I'm not going to lie, but when it's just like, yay, long straight, slow corner, long curvy straight, slow corner, it's like, okay, this gets very repetitive after a while. I'm bored, move on to something else. But then again, I've got the attention span of concrete, so it's like, nah, it's just boring now, I'll move on, but
have you
never
not
mind.
driven a Group 3 through Ascari?
Nope.
It's not boring.
Nope.
It's not
'Cause-
boring.
Me and Group 3s don't like to get along very well. I even said if it was my choice, I'd have gone for the Group 1s, because even though I'm not a fan of the Group 1s, Group 3s, they're like acid to me. It's like as soon as I step in it, it just wants to eat me. So it's like, yeah, I'd rather have the Group 1s, but I said if I had to have any of them, it would be the Audi, and looks like it was the wrong choice.
Yeah, how did that play out?
Not very well for Aloy, bless him. I tell you what, he was absolutely flying, but I think that Porsche is secretly a diesel, because he just kept on fuel saving, and by that point, Boosted had gotten a pit stop ahead of him, so poor Aloy, it didn't work out, but never mind. So, was it the case now? Feet up in a big bath and a big meal, or is that it? More training for you because you like to keep ahead of everybody?
Beer.
You do, right. I'm guessing not Italian beer either.
I think he is, actually. I think it's Peroni.
There we go. He's keeping up the Italian theme. So there we go, ladies and gents. Matt Psycho, I will leave you to your
mate.
beer. And
Well done on the comms. Well done.
It's
That's
not broken.
easy.
I don't know what's going on.
Well done.
Yeah, and congratulations to your win. Enjoy your beer.
Yeah, congratulations to all the podium and Boosted as well for winning.
Yep, he didn't hang about, so we don't get a victory speech, unfortunately, but never mind.
Well, mate, take it easy.
Yep, you take it easy yourself and enjoy the beer.
Cheers. Thank you.
Right, you're probably going to see some stuff here. Oh, there we go. Right, I need to get Aloy in because Aloy wants in. So, bear with me a second. This might go a little bit weird, unfortunately. I do apologise. Add. Yes. And then I can... Hopefully this will work. I hope that worked. Did that work? Yeah, it sent an invite, so... We'll just have to wait and see now. Hopefully it works. Hopefully he's got the settings on as well. Well, it certainly worked. It certainly has. Right. Bear with me a second, Aloy. I don't know if you have chat on share with everybody. I'm just going to double check. Just say anything. Anything will do. Oh, come on, me. Hurry up. Oh, no. Right, unfortunately, the setting isn't on, so I'm going to have to work out how you do it again. Oh, God. I think you have to do it in the PlayStation menu. Somewhere in your PlayStation settings, there's a place where you can select share voice chat or something like that. And then we can get you going. Ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties, please stand by. Hopefully it won't be too long. We're trying to avoid this from last time. We'll just have to wait patiently, unfortunately. Homesick, I really don't... I hope you don't mind waiting around a little bit. What's the Koi saying? I got my podium thanks to Matt, but I'm sure you've probably worked that out. Yeah, I did notice that you were copying Matt's strategy, but I can't give away that on stream, really, can I? So I did notice it. I'm hoping everybody else did as well. So, this is probably going to take too long, and Homesick probably wants to get away, so hopefully Aloy will sort the problem out soon. Pat, if you are listening, we're just sorting out some difficulties with Aloy, so if you can bear with him on that one, that'll be great. We'll get you on next, mate, okay? He whispered all this sweet nothing in my ear. Oh, right, I see. So it was another one giving away the strategy, was it? Oh, dear. And Pat saying all good. So, yeah, there we go. As soon as Aloy sorts himself out, we will hopefully have him on. Hopefully. I don't think there's... Oh, there we go. Right, let's Have a double check. Try again, mate. Hang on. No, it's still not coming through. Hang on a second, bear with me. I don't know how to do this. I've forgotten how to... it's been a while since I've had to do it. There we go. Right, I've got it. Right, if you hit the PlayStation menu, you will see on the left-hand box, it will say My Party and Party Voice Chat. Do you see that? If you press the PS menu, you'll get the little menu come up. Somewhere there'll be a box that will say My Party and Party Voice Chat. Should be somewhere. Oh, hang on. I'll break it, so I don't want to do anything. Hang on. No, I could do it that way. No. Oh, that's what we want.
There we are.
There we go. Right. As I say, somewhere in that you'll see those three little dots where it says more.
I think it should work now.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we've got it. Right, we've got it. Yes, we've got him. Right, everybody, we have him now. Technical difficulties have been fixed. So, yes, there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, our third place in the Group 1 Hybrids Aloe. Wow. What a thirsty Audi.
Yeah, it was difficult. I thought I had electric at the end, but just... I was going for it. I think I could have done another stint on the softs, but I just couldn't catch up at the end there. I got within, I think, 3.5 seconds, but then made a couple of mistakes while pushing a bit too hard. But the guys could do another 6-7 laps on me, I think.
Yeah. Halfway through it, I was debating on whether the Porsche might be a secret diesel, because and in all fairness to Boosted, he was fuel saving quite a substantial amount, but I didn't realise it would be that significant. And funnily enough, I said in qualifying and in the race that if I was to do it, I'd be in the Group 1 Audis, thinking it was the better choice. But it appears that the economy was the biggest downfall for the Audi, so it was rather unfortunate to see.
Yeah,
but
it was a nice car to drive. But yeah, just too thirsty.
At first, we wondered if it was going to be a good dogfight between yourself and Boosted, but it just never seemed to be. And for the first hour, it looked that way, and then it just dropped away from you.
Yeah, we were close, but I think he always had a lot more fuel than me when we were close.
Yeah, and then it was the drop down to third, and once again, it was probably the fuel that really didn't work in your favour, but I guess it's the way it works, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought electric might have to do one more stop at the end, but I was unlucky there.
Yeah, definitely, but we can always take a positive from it. It is your first 2.5 hour. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good. I've never done one this long, so it was definitely different. It was enjoyable though. It went quicker than I thought.
It does go quicker sometimes. I've only done a handful, and you don't realise you go that long until you look at the time and think, good Lord, has it been that long already?
Yeah, I had to stretch my right foot every time I was in the pits, because it's a lot of flat out round here, so my right foot was definitely hurting a lot.
Well, it sounds like you enjoyed it. Do you think there'll be any more?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Great to see. And because obviously I've never actually seen you on track yet. I'm due to get to that. Apologies. But do you think we'll see more of the elusive Aloe? And do we expect to see great skills from yourself?
I hope so.
Well, you seem to be a match for Boosted regardless. I've seen some of your other results as well go your way. So maybe we'll get to see more of you in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good fun.
Yep, no problem, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, third place, Aloe. It's great to hear from him, and we hope to see you soon, sir.
Cheers. Take care.
Take care, my friend. Finally, we have Pat. Oh, hang on. Sorry. That's not... Yep. Sorry, mate. I've got to do it that way. And finally, he's managed to stuck with us for the time being, and I think I think he's already got the settings on for it, so hopefully we won't have any of that before. So I shall have a double check of it. Are we going to get the sound test from the Patmeister?
Testing.
Nope. Yes, we are on lovely jubbly. So, Pat, 2.5 hours of Monza. How's the finger?
Yeah. It was that and then a bit more. Yeah.
So it's still attached to the rest of you, then, is it?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out while I was going through how long it would actually be time wise. Yeah, it felt okay. Yeah.
Good. So, 4th place. We thought it was going to be a third between yourself and Electric, but Electric pulls a strategy out of nowhere, and it worked in his favour, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think him starting on the soft tyres, I thought that might have given me an advantage. But then when we both got on the medium tyres, he was a bit quicker than I was, so I couldn't really close the gap down enough to do much. I caught him up after one of the pit stops, but then he just went off into the distance.
Well, it's still going to be looking close. We were wondering who was going to go down to, but never mind. That's still a great 4th place for you, regardless of the result.
Yeah. I still thought third was possible until quite late, about 30 odd laps from the end. Then when he passed me on the track, I knew that was it. And he was able to fuel save and still go quicker than me. So,
never mind. It's all
stuff from that point. Yeah.
Well, it's all experience for you at the end of the day. And let's just face it. You've had to do it on the controller, and I struggled with the controller for 10 seconds, let alone 2.5 hours. So, you got to give yourself a pat on the back there for doing it for 2.5 hours, because I don't think many people could.
Yeah, it's definitely the minority that do it on the controller. So that.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think it'll be the Porsche again if they ever come back in, or do you think you'd have a change?
I think the Porsche is probably the way that I'd go. I used to like the Toyota, but then since it's been we've done the ones on this game, I think the Porsche has been that much better overall.
Oh, it actually turns out you weren't the only one, as Koikab and Big Dan were on controllers as well. So chances are they probably got sore fingers as well after this one.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I've had it before when I've had to stretch my hand and wiggle my hand about in the pit lane, but it wasn't too bad today. So
mind you, isn't this your, what was it? Is it your 12th endurance race?
Yeah.
9? Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Shows how much I can't keep track of anything. But
yeah.
Done it for 9 times. God, I couldn't do it for one.
All the last stage in a row, and there was the first one at Bathurst before I got kicked out by the internet.
Oh, I don't remember that one. Oh, I also don't remember that one. But then again, no good asking me to remember things. It's pointless. But never mind. Hopefully we will... Oh, it was so close. It was so close for third, but never mind. It looks like Electric just had one in the bag and put one over you. So maybe next time, eh?
Yeah. It looked like it was going to be close at the start, but gradually the gap got and kind of started going in his favour. No.
Do you think you'd managed to get a lower, or do you think the pace was just too different?
I knew he was going to be quicker than me from even from last week, and I've raced with him before in other places, and he's always been quicker than me. So I knew he was out of the question, and Boosted was out of the question. So he was going to be going for third at best.
Boosted was always out of the question, to be fair. Although, to be fair, we weren't expecting Electric to get second either. That was quite a surprise for us all.
Yeah, that was definitely it was a surprise for me anyway. I thought I'd be racing him for third rather than seeing him pass me and be second.
Definitely. Well, hopefully you'll get a better result for next time around. So,
yeah, it'd be nice to have these cars come around again, but yeah, maybe a bit shorter pit stops.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet the fuel rate was agonising.
Yeah, it definitely made strategy more important.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that
did the best I could. I'm never the best at saving fuel more than what I was doing today. I managed to extend it 2 laps more in the race than I was doing in practice, so that was a bonus, but anything more than that.
I mean, when I saw it in practice going up slowly, I thought, oh, it's just probably the practice settings. So as soon as I saw it in the race, I thought, oh, God, they're going to be screaming at the game, going, come on, hurry up, I've got places to overtake. Why are you taking so long?
There were a few passing comments in the pit lane. Various urgencies and language. Yeah.
I asked Matt how many takeaways and cups of tea he managed to order before he got a fuel tank. But never mind. Yeah. Definitely for the next 2.5, or are you going to give it a bit of a rest for a time being?
I'll probably give it a go. It'll depend where it is and what car it is. But yeah, if it's a good combination, I'll be there.
Great to hear. Absolutely great to hear. So we will leave you to it to rest your fingers, and we hope to see you again in the next 2.5 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, your 4th place Group 1 car, Pat. Give a pat, no pun intended, pat yourself on the back. I think you did quite well tonight.
I'll try, yeah.
Great to see you. Hope to see you in the next one.
Yeah, same to you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm probably no doubt out there. Yeah. No, I probably have no problem. What's the word I'm looking for? I probably have no choice in that matter, really, to be fair, but never mind, eh? Well, there we go.
If you need an assistant, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people. Yeah.
Possibly. Well, it's something on the cards. We don't know. We'll have to think about it, but I guess there's time before that. But
a few hurdles in the way to get that organised. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. There is a big hurdle. A silver-coloured hurdle. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, 4th place, Pat, take a bow, son. And we'll hopefully see you in the next 2.5. So, hang on. That's what I'm looking for. And then that. There we go. And there we go. Monza 2.5 hour. Oh, no, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Another 2.5 hour under the VRC belt with your podium sitters being Boosted, Electric, Aloe, Matt Psycho, Homesick Alien, and Koi Kart, respectively. I do hope you've enjoyed tonight's race, and we'll hopefully get to see you at the next 2.5 hour. We're not sure when it will be. We don't even know what it will be. So if you want to keep tabs on that, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to share this one around for all your racing and sim racing fans. Hopefully we will be back very shortly, because we will get the next round 3 of the MX5 Season 8 Championship coming your way. And if you would like to be a part of the Virtual Racers Club, there is a link in the description to our Discord. Get yourself signed up, get yourself a race number, and then you could be tackling these guys on track. We welcome anybody of any skill level. We are welcoming to everybody who turns up. And I will leave you to the rest of your evening. Thank you very much for staying tuned with us for this long race. And hopefully we will get to see you soon. I was your broadcaster and commentator. Insert comical name here. And I will see you in the future. Until we meet again, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Ta-ta!